it's especially fun because I am very stiff from leg day. Hey,
Woo!
hey everybody,
Hey, chat.
what's up?
Look at you. Look at that
What's
sock.
kicking?
Look at that.
What's
sock
kicking?
monkey
Oh
sock.
dang! Heck
It's
gets
monkey magic.
inspiration for hilarious jokes.
Do I?
Boo.
Fuck it, yeah,
Oh my god. I'll make a note of it.
yeah. What's up, TPK? Welcome to Queen's Gambit. It's a Tyranny of Dragons campaign, TPKified, and it's pajama day because reasons. So, what you just saw was my beautiful sock monkey onesie monkey socks built in. It's pretty great. That's enough about me. Hey, let's go around the horn real quick and introduce ourselves and our characters, and then we'll do a little recap of what happened last time on this show, and then we will actually get into it. Heck, could we start with you, please?
Yeah, hey everybody. It's me, Sir Heckalot. As per usual, I am playing Aster, the shifter druid that is part of the Circle of Wildfire. Let's move it on over to Hyacinth because Niffer is not here.
Hiya, I'm Hyacinth, and I'll be playing Icarus, the, crazy elf that's not distractible at all or awkward, just perfect normal elf. And then next is Corndog.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Corndog McGraw, elf number 1. I am the best. I am playing Juno, the Twilight Cleric. Yee to Chrissy.
Sorry, guys. I'm doing a task and I was distracted. I'm Chrissy and I am playing Ulta, our Kobold Swarmkeeper Ranger. Game
Awesome.
on.
And LSAO will be piloted by Corndog McGraw in as much good faith as possible to the character themselves. And if anything like super major ends up being like, no, don't like that on Niffer's behalf by the time they come back, we will fix it.
I am good at playing wizards.
There you go. Okay, so last time we were here, we were essentially in the middle of figuring out how to find this fabled, mysterious vault that's hidden somewhere underneath Waterdeep that seems to have a mass of treasure / gold that we also know the Xanathar Guild in cahoots with the Black Network are trying to find and essentially steal, while the leaders of our various factions have conjured a plan to essentially have us try to find it first. And in doing so, will help not only gain the Council of Waterdeep's favor in the upcoming efforts against whatever dragon cult activity is happening right now, but also provide ample funding for such a task, assuming that everything we think we know is correct. So, we came in last time with going to a rundown windmill on the lead of essentially a key that Ulta and Jamna were able to at least identify a master locksmith who may be able to help us figure out what that goes to. She did. Spoiler alert. And the folks that resided in that place, we find out ended up really not having anything to do with this whole heist race thing in the first place. They were just kind of pawns in a scheme for a necromancer in the area to get some bodies from mausoleums in the city of the dead. Wholesome content for sure. They did identify for us where to find this necromancer, where his operation is being held. And in finding this place, which we can now see on the screen, ended up in the middle of a big massacre between the necromancer himself, several skeletons animated and clearly protecting him, and a few Kenku among other creatures that were attacking him. Finishing up that combat, we realize that this necromancer has, the very stone that we have been looking for. which is said to be able to tell us where this mysterious vault is. And after a disembodied voice from Juno convinces this scared necromancer to give them the stone, he tosses it Juno's direction. She catches it, still invisible, and the rest of you will see the stone just disappear. Juno experiences a sort of vision and interaction with a what she knows is the aboleth named Golorr, including revealing the location of the vault and seeing some images of a golden dragon, incredibly decorated dwarf who winks at her. And then the vision stops, and after a failed wisdom saving throw, she remembers none of it. So, that's where we enter today. Juno, you are still invisible, holding the stone, which is now invisible to everyone but you. Everyone else, the stone has disappeared in midair. What would you like to do?
Juno!
I've
Juno,
got
where
it.
are you?
I'm right here. And I do
you
not
catch
turn
it?
uninvisible. I
Do you
stay
have it?
invisible.
Did you catch the thing? I don't see it.
Don't worry about it.
Well, that's suspicious. Because if you don't catch it, I'm gonna have to get on my hands and knees and start searching the floor and like scrubbing this place down. So
Shouldn't we handle that guy first?
Oh.
Yeah. So Aster is still a giant spider, by the way. So she's just kind of like inching like closer and closer towards like these skeletons and like this guy that like still hasn't really answered any questions.
Sorry, I get distracted. I forgot he was there.
you
For
gonna
the
ask
record,
him
he is still sort of like cowering in the corner with Juno's spiritual weapon. I believe the phrase was pressing against his neck.
I am very sweet.
I gotta be honest.
Can you ask questions when you're a giant spider? You cannot, right? Okay. I just
Nope.
didn't want you to like be going in there to ask him questions and then it just come out as like a bunch of
Oh
chittering.
no, she's just kind of like making sure they're not like gonna leave. Basically, she's just
Okay.
inching out, looking menacing.
I can run interrogations and all, but I gotta be honest, crew. I don't think I have like the full like head wrap around this whole situation still. So I don't know what to ask.
From somewhere, Juno just pipes in and says, "How did you come by the stone?"
How did you come by the stone?
I just said that.
Oh, shoot.
Intending to get him to give you information, go ahead and make both of you make an intimidation check.
Might be at disadvantage.
No. You're not exhausted, are you?
No, I just kind of said it after she said it.
Look, you did great. You were much scarier than I was. You might even say twice as scary as I was.
Oh, funny jokes with the 11 and the 22. I get it.
I got jokes. I can math.
Okay. He's still so pressed, slouched on the ground in this corner with this moon scythe pressed against his neck. He's sort of just like still taking it all in wide-eyed and just says, "I swear I didn't know anything about it. It just came to me with a bunch of bodies."
Wait, the stone can move on its own?
No. The belongings that came with the bodies, it was just there. It was part of the mess.
Oh, so you took it off the bodies?
Yes.
Well, who said you could have it then?
It's part of my contract with whoever those guys were.
Who were those, whoever those guys were?
The people I hired to get the bodies.
The people you hired or the people that hired you?
I hired them.
Then who
Who
hired
is
you?
it that you work for?
Me, myself, and I. And you can tell that he's easy to tell he's trying to like feign some toughness with this.
You
want
don't
to
have to-
insight check that.
Okay.
We're all sensitive beings here. We respond well.
18.
Um,
I get
you
advantage because I'm weird.
so you can easily see that he's telling the truth. It's obvious that he's trying to like feign some toughness to try and get himself out of the situation at hand, but he is telling the truth.
Remind me again, is this a Kenku or a kobold, or what is this person?
This is a human.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
I saw a lot of skeletons, so I wasn't sure.
What
This
were
is
you-
the necromancer who the two guys at the windmill hired,
Okay.
or were hired by.
Yes.
I said
The second
that
one.
weird. That was a, yeah, you get it. Yeah.
What were you doing with all of these bodies?
Teaching my pupils of the finer intricacies of reanimation.
Isn't that like illegal?
Depends on who you're asking and where you are.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Juno's eyes shift side to side, but no one can see her because she is invisible.
Well, do we
While
need
this
anything else for us?
conversation is
No.
happening, can Ulta wander down over here to this like little walkway?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Are you like looking for anything?
No, I'm just wandering around because if she can hear the other two and there's a giant spider kind of trapping everyone in, she's like, okay, they've got that handled. I'll check the rest of the rooms.
Okay. So through this small stepway going down, it's not significant. Maybe a 3 or 4 steps.
Can I do this a little bit stealthily?
Sure. Make a stealth check. Super stealthy. Folks at home, that was an 8. If with
I have
the
a +6 to stealth. That's bullshit.
Let's see. Let me check this real quick just to be sure, but I don't believe there is anything interesting in this room. It's a sunken down cellar. You do see an iron door on this east wall. It might be difficult to see with the actual lines. Sorry about that. But this is a door. And this is a stairway going up.
Check. They can finish. I'm gonna head towards the door to check that out and the stairway. But finish what they were doing first. I just didn't want you to think that I was like being sneaky and moving my dynamic lighting around.
You got an 8. You're super sneaky.
Yeah.
Okay, main group. What's happening with this conversation?
Did you notice anything when you touched the stone?
I don't remember. So something happened, yes, but I don't remember what.
Okay, that's something, I guess. Well, what was that floating thing with the eyes that was following you? And is there a way to follow them instead of them following you?
I didn't see. What are you talking about?
Juno will go back and start yoinking the gazer towards. And just because it's kind of like pulled in. She's strong. But
Oh, yeah.
Not super strong. She's just
Oh, these things are small and very light. Yeah.
excellent. I'm gonna pick it up and then I'm gonna yeet it in front of him.
Plop. You just hear this as the body just kind of flops there.
Yeah, it got kind of messed up.
He'll look at it with disgust and just be like, I've only seen that in books. Is that a gazer? Ugh.
It's not polite to call people gay, young man.
Oh.
No, gazer.
I know, it was a bad joke about...
It was a bad joke.
I don't know. I want to make him feel like a bad guy because we just kind of killed all his friends.
I don't know how many were his friends. I think there was a bunch of other people in here who were also trying to kill him.
Okay. We're just gonna overlook what just happened and keep going.
I think we might be his saviors, in fact, and Juno will release the moon sight from his neck.
Okay. Are you still
Invisible? Yes.
Are you maintaining the moon scythe though, even if it is off
No.
of him?
It's just
So we will remove it.
trying to be less scary.
But you're
also
still invisible.
Still staying invisible. Yep. Too many people know our faces.
Oh, that's big thinking. Okay. Jamna's actually going to be waltzing over at this point. Ulta, you'd notice she's coming around the back way, like checking out these bodies at a quick glance. And then come walk up the steps here as well. And just kind of lean on the wall and cross her arms, cross her legs while she's still standing and just watch him as the conversation continues.
So, you come here often?
This is his place
Like-
of work.
Well, I didn't know if
What
they
that
worked
would
down
say.
here. I'm just
Yes,
trying to
I
small talk.
live here. I'm sorry it's so disgusting.
No worries. I was just asking.
Do you know what this stone is intended to do?
I have no idea. It came upon my piles of bodies just the other day. Most of the magical treasures I find, I simply sell off.
Hey sis, can I touch it? I've got a knack for figuring things out.
I'd rather you didn't, simply because something very weird happened to me when I touched it, and I don't want it to happen to someone else.
But how do we know if it happens to everyone or if it's just calling out to you?
Just a side eye from Juno, but she's invisible, so we don't know that that's happening. Do we know? So, like, we know of, like, it's not the Thieves Guild. What guild is it?
Xanathar Guild.
Okay. Do you have any connections with the Xanathar Guild?
I didn't think I did. Apparently I was wrong.
Do you know how to find them?
Let me, the DM, think about that for a second. He'll point at the body of the gazer. If what I know about those is true, just find one of them. Alive, of
But
course.
it has to be living? Ugh.
It'll like lead us back to them like a dog.
Those are usually manifested by their master and continually obey their being, or their will, as long as they live.
So, how would we use it? No, we follow it like. Never mind.
Ulta's not there, but I get where your train of thought is going. Like, if it's
I was like,
following
why would it go
us,
back to the
how do we
following
follow
us?
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. It's just
Part of me is
I-
like, do I cast Revivify on this and let it try to go back and follow it? Like, spare the dying. I'm just gonna do that real quick. Me as Corndog. I'm just gonna slap a spare the dying on it, and I'll kill it if I need to. But this will give me some time to make plans. maybe. You touch a creature that has 0 hit points. This guy might have less than 0 hit points because I chucked him. The creature becomes stable. Has no effect on constructs or undead.
Right.
It
So
might not work.
Here's
because
what I'm
I
thinking.
Walloped him.
Right. So it wouldn't be because you walloped him. What I'm thinking about is, okay, Spare the Dying doesn't specify this. I'm thinking out loud. Spare the Dying does not specify anything beyond a creature that's at 0 hit points. Other spells that actually revive specify this can only work within a certain amount of time of the creature dying. The fact that there is no such specification on Spare the Dying, but it's been a couple minutes, so I feel like there should be some. Let's have you make an Arcana check or Religion check, whichever. Since your magic is based on, being a cleric, to see if you can successfully do this after the amount of time that's passed. I'm gonna say it's been about 2 to 3 minutes, so let's say 10 plus the 2 minutes to make it a 12 is the DC. Super failed.
Wow.
Natural 1, baby.
Ouch.
I've got that intelligence. I am so smart.
So you know that you attempted to do this, but it did not work out the way you wanted it to.
Oh my god. Twin power.
Get him out now, guys. Get him out now. Holy.
I just want to see if I can beat her. I didn't even want to help.
Oh my god.
Whew, all right.
Well,
Team
the fates have
stupid.
decided.
God, there's something I'm really not sure.
So no, we won't revive this one. It's fine. I'm not gonna waste a revivify on a gazer.
Yeah, at this point, seeing as like everyone's kind of chilled out now, Aster will drop her wild shape. Just kind of look up at this necromancer and ask, so if the master manifests the gazer, are you saying that Xanathar is one of these things? Or not entirely sure if just like humans can manifest them, but are you saying that? Yeah, that's what I asked.
Eliseo will actually pipe in at this point, having speed read the book that she'd been given. They had been given, and say, according to Volo's writings, something like a beholder, something much more powerful than the gazer itself, would have had to create it, but of the same family.
Like a lich?
Well, not exactly. Beholders
Not exactly.
Are different.
I don't know what a lich is.
Oh, then
just
don't
thought-
worry about it. Yeah, if Xanathar is something like a beholder, are we sure we want to go
Like a looker?
back towards him?
I'm gonna stop trying.
Everybody, excuse me,
I feel
make
like I need to roll for psychic damage.
everybody make a nature check. The DC is going to be different for Aster because of your background and different for Ulta because of your background. And then the same for the twins. Oh.
Pain.
Icarus, you so smart all of a sudden.
Someone help her, please.
Oh, man.
I'm over it. I'm gonna stop rolling and roll 20 in like 0.02 seconds.
Aster, Juno, by way of conversation with Eliseo, and Icarus, you would at least, like, academically know that a beholder is a larger and much more powerful version of this type of creature, though none of you would have experienced one to this point in your lives.
Yeah, so these are just babies of the big one, right? The beholder.
Are you asking me that, or your team in character?
Not that character.
Okay.
They're just like little baby ones.
Sure, kind of like when a seahorse just blasts him out.
Yeah.
That is a mental image, right?
It's the same
one,
thing.
The big one can't make right? They're like non-related babies. Because they're not like spellcasters or anything. They don't summon, right? But I guess they could reproduce, but I don't want to know about that.
Well, it sounds like we're going to know about a lot of stuff that we don't want to know about pretty soon.
Yeah. Wait. I don't know if I know about that. Never mind.
Thank you, Tony.
I was gonna question if the aboleth, also like singular big eye like tentacle thingy, is related, but I don't know if I know about the aboleth. So
You do not.
no.
Technically, Juno doesn't know about the avalanche either.
No. And there's a part of me that wants to share it with someone, just not here. Not in front of this person that we don't know.
Juno, what's your passive intelligence? What is the intelligence
Passive
trait?
intelligence?
Yeah, there's an intelligence. There's a passive trait that's
Passive
based on.
investigation.
Oh, okay.
Intelligence
think.
is a dump stat.
Intelligence is a dumb stat. Passive investigation is 15.
That's what we'll go with.
But passive intelligence, 10. Flat 10.
Where is it? Yeah, and so we're gonna go with
I
the.
do have incisive senses, though. And pick
Yes.
up on things around me easily.
I'm gonna use a combination of your collective passive traits, especially because you are an up and coming powerful magic user as well. You may not have much experience with items that have some sort of effect just on initial contact, but it might be safe to assume that some added effect could be identified through trying to attune to a magical object, or, by other methods of, spoiler alert, identifying its properties.
Does LSAO have identify?
Oh, sister, do you want me to use my bardic spell of identify on it?
You don't. Yes, perhaps when we're not in this man's workshop.
Oh, it's rude to cast spells on another man's workshop. I get it.
Also, it's none of his business. No offense.
Well, it doesn't just shout it out when I do it.
No, but you shouted out.
I see your point.
No, you.
So,
When we get out of here, I'll take you up on that.
shall we exit the workshop?
No, because Ulta's walking up that staircase.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to come with her up the staircase, she's just peeking up to see if she can see what's at the top of it.
No, I just meant like awkwardly standing in this room with this necromancer. Talking around and not to him.
Do you perhaps have a map or city, I don't know, underground dweller map of the city? Perhaps some like secret passageways or ways to move about the city without being noticed? I will trade you this fancy amulet.
If
What?
he will say, if you came in that way, that means the only way I know of that you could have gotten in here is the place behind the mop shop.
Correct.
That would be the best way to go back out if you're going for unnoticed.
What other ways are there? And Juno will become uninvisible. She'll become visible. There we go. That's the word. She'll become visible and sass him right back.
He'll just point to the what Ulta can now see is a like a two-way door at the ceiling and say that opens up into a different place. I've never used it.
Right. Okay.
Well, do we try that way? Or do we go back the way that we went?
Gemna, what are you thinking? I don't know. I feel like we need to use her more.
Yeah, true. I'm thinking
The
two
sneaky ass
things.
rogue from this place, so just be helpful.
First thing I'm thinking is, if our information is good, that this guild is working with Black Network, why have we only seen one group? And the second thing I think is, if we're thinking about getting out of here, the way we came is best. If there's nothing else we want to see here.
I'm gonna lightly call out. There's a door, though. There's a door, just FYI. We want to check out what's on the
Careful,
other side.
those
of
are
it.
dangerous.
Yeah, I
True,
saw
some
that.
Chairs.
I don't know. The door we don't know, or the door we do.
I don't know. Can we just peek through the door that we don't and then just go back the way that we came? I don't know. I'm just curious about it.
Ulta's going to put her tiny little. She doesn't have like ears. Her ear holes. Also, not sure. I don't know. Don't like that phrase, but you get it. And she's gonna attempt to see if she can hear anything or notice anything on the other side of this door.
Okay, make a perception check, please. Okay.
It's better, but I'm so over roll 20 that I might scream.
Where are you? You are right there. Okay, you'd be able to easily see, I should have mentioned this, that the wooden door is held shut with a chain and a padlock. With your perception check of 13, you'd be able to hear the faint sound of voices discussing business and a few sets of feet walking around in very near to this, the other side of this.
So she's not going to shout then. She's going to reconsider that and walk over to here, peek her little head around the corner, and go, what's on the other side of that door over there? Sir.
Which,
Okay.
which door are you referring? This one? Oh, this one.
Sir.
Sir is looking up. What's
I
on the
know,
other side of the door?
It's okay.
Sir is loading.
It's a storage room. It's empty.
Well, like, is it a storage room? It's empty. Like, if that's a storage room, that's where I keep my reanimated dead people. It's empty because they're not like really alive. Because there's people talking on the other side of it.
No, I promise. It's. Oh, sorry.
I was the
DM to
wrong
player.
door.
My description is not very good. This little staircase that went up ended at this spot.
Okay.
It
sure.
did not go to the
I
door on the end of the room.
see. Okay. I was checking this door.
Okay, that door, you hear nothing. My bad.
No, that's fine. I will reiterate all of that and then go, apologies for being a little bit of an asshole. And then wander back over to listen a smidge more.
Okay, I'm just gonna use the same perception check. You hear what I described before, unless you want to try and make another one to glean anything more specific.
I would assume if she does, she would wait until we decide, like, if we're going out that door or not. Mostly just because if we're going into, like, a private space, or if it sounds like a bar, or if it sounds like a kitchen, like, she would try to discern kind of, like, what kind of chatter or whatever is happening. But if we end up choosing to leave out the same way, she wouldn't bother with it. So
Okay.
I would wait to see what the group decides.
Well, I mean, we know what's on the other side of the way that we came, so I agree with Gemini here. We probably should go that way, but good to know that there's storage on the other side of that one.
Mother always said curiosity killed the cat, and we are not cats.
That is true. Just a quick question. What way did these folks come in? And she just gestures at all of the bodies.
He is going to start to say something, but before he can utter a first word, both of the skeletons will point their jaggedy swords to the northeast.
Is that the way we came in? No. Is this northeast?
No, that would be northwest.
I know how to do things.
Yes,
Something
that
over
is
here?
the general area that they're pointing to.
So there's another way. Maybe. Unless
they
they're
could've-
just meaning this spot right here. They just came in this hallway.
If I may offer a deal of sorts.
Hey.
You leave me be, and I will both stop taking bodies from the place that I've been taking them, and I will have these two show you everything they know.
Oh, I don't really care about you taking the bodies. If you're repurposing them,
Are you?
I think it's nicer to ask for consent from the families rather than just taking them.
That, and also there's been a lot of destruction of property, which isn't like the best.
It doesn't
Yes.
hurt them in like the afterlife or like damage their souls or anything, does it?
I don't know.
Oh, that's
Sounds
a whole.
like a them problem.
That's a whole complicated thing. I'd be happy to teach you. I do need new pupils after all. And he'll
Did
kind
you
of like
kill yours?
motion to the mess of bodies in the other room. And LSAO would be able to see that among them is two more humans.
Do you think I could learn necromancy? I think it's a little too dark for me.
I don't think it's your brand.
No, I don't think so. I'm a little too bright. Not in the intelligence way.
Shiny.
Yes.
Well,
Sparkle.
what do you all think? I think this is a good deal. This is something that we need to know.
My vote is yes.
Guess what?
We take the deal.
Take the deal. Sorry, I thought it was like leave a direction, and I was like, what?
I said yes and then immediately forgot what I was saying yes to, so.
Oh my God. Sorry. I
You're
took
on
the
point
brain cell
tonight.
from LSAO. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't want to kill him anyways.
Sure. You should also think about talking with your city government about setting up a donor profile where people could donate their remains for your projects.
Of magic, yeah.
Make a
think there'd be plenty
persuasion
of
check
people
at
who would donate
advantage.
that.
I love
Do you want me to do
With
it, sister?
advantage. Good, because I will need it. 16!
We get to ignore that little 2 down there.
Bye!
He's gonna have this look of kind of like surprise at first, and then inquisitive, and kind of look at you again and say, "You know, I never thought of it that way before."
Sometimes communication is the best way to get what we want. Like, it might seem questionable at first, but an open path of communication could lead to so many results. Like in here.
Well,
We
the
don't-
laws of Waterdeep wouldn't exactly allow much necromancy to happen in the first place, but on a volunteer donation basis.
Donating your body to the arcane. It's something that could happen. I would probably do it if I were dead right now.
Studies without saying necromantic. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
just the
little
arcane.
It still helps, at least.
Yes, I think you've given me a wonderful idea. I'll do that.
Here is a piece of incense for you. It's elvish made. You might want to cleanse the space as you take it on a new journey. All right, skeletons, show me what you know.
Guess we'll be on our way. And remember, we have made a deal now, and if you break that, we see more bodies being stolen. We know where you work. And she's just gonna like hold eye contact for a little bit and then leave.
Understood.
Spooky shifter
Understood.
intimidation.
For your guys' knowledge out of character, I am, as promised, maintaining a list of people and creatures who have been spared and need an epilogue by the end of the campaign, and adding this guy to the list.
This one's gonna be a really good one.
Okay, so the skeletons are going to march. Whoops, not Aster's token, just these two. March this way. You guys came in from this door here. This, what was a secret door. They will continue down to the southeast. And then stop. And the one farthest to the right will point its sword straight forward, and the second one will point its sword to the left.
So 2 different directions, like 2 different places where they entered.
Make an insight check.
Okie dokie. 21.
2 different directions, but like together. So like first forward, then left,
Okay.
is what they're trying to communicate.
Okay.
So are you guys gonna walk or not? Like, are they just not moving anymore? They're just choosing not to partake in the rest of the...
Oh, you're asking them. No, they stop. They stop here. They would actually take like a stance of ready or defense as if this was their post.
Maybe this is the end of their movement field.
I guess it's us moving forward now.
I'd like to go the way that they came in, if that's all right with you all. I feel like that makes more sense than the other two options. It might also be a fucking disaster.
Probably more
Up in the
dangerous.
air.
Probably more dangerous, but a lot more informative. Well, okay, on we go.
On we go.
Anyone else want to go first, or should I go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm going the right way, right?
This is the way they pointed, and you would find yourself in the very same sewage tunnel that you had come in on, just slightly farther down at
Wait, and they
the...
said left from here, which would just be the same way out, right?
Correct.
I
So
don't
they
really
just
wanna
missed
go-
the secret door. They came in through the front door.
That was rather uneventful.
Disappointing, really.
But it was exciting to get there.
Yeah.
As curious as I would be if there's anything more, I'm a little nervous that it might just be more sewage, and I don't want to go through it all.
That's a fair point. Well, shall we go back out the way we came?
Sure, and I think it might be useful to keep an eye out, since we know they went that way, maybe keeping an eye out for anything they could have left behind.
I'm just worried we might encounter more of them if they're wondering where or what happened to that gazer that currently cannot communicate back to its master. I think we have a limited amount of time to get out of here.
All the more reason to move then, yeah?
Let's go!
What?
Absolutely. While we're walking and talking, though, I thought one of the goals was to find the person who owned the gazer. So maybe if we just stay for a minute, then that would happen.
Set up an ambush.
I mean, I don't know, but wasn't that one of the goals that we were
Perhaps we
trying to find?
could rest up in this necromancer's home if they'll let us. We should probably share a snack with them.
Corndog, could you please have Eliseo roll a history check? I'm sorry, I'm going to try to be better at being more conscious of the fact that
my
they are
brilliant
still...
spouse is doing amazing.
Nice.
Being brilliant.
They would say that they strongly believe that those creatures are highly disposable and probably not valuable enough to be sought out if they had been extinguished.
Jack, okay. Well, never mind that. Then we should figure out a different way then.
Juno's just gonna yell back inside this lovely home and office. You may want to hide somewhere else for just a little bit, just in case any of them come looking for you, assuming or thinking that you have the stone still. Just in case, as a precaution.
Yes, of course. Speaking of which, don't take the other door in the tunnel. You don't want that.
Why?
Well, I can't control them from here, and more of my skeletons is all that's there.
Oh, okay. right, everyone, do not go the other way. We will not take the other door. There is skeletons. Uncontrolled skeletons. But good to know that they're here in case we need to lure someone into a trap.
Ooh.
I'm going to put that in my notes because that was a really good point.
Juno Thonk.
It only happens every so often.
Intelligence isn't a dumb stat.
Hey-oh.
Big brain over
Real
here.
life. Stay in school, kids.
Well, I guess if we don't really have a lead on finding anything else about the Xanathars from here, maybe figuring out more about this stone would be good.
Yes, preferably not in shit.
Yes, definitely in a private and clean place. So I guess, yeah, moving forward.
That's the one with the rocks, right?
What?
Geologist.
Geologist?
Actually,
do you think they
archaeologists
deal
might
with
be better.
magical stones?
Like, it's a magical stone, so like archaeologists would know like the mythic history, maybe.
Let's just start with a library. I think a library would be good.
But it's not a book.
Or you could cast your bardic spell, identify on it,
But you
and we'll
told me that's-
learn more about it that way.
And I assume we're just like walking and talking at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going through the sewage.
But you said to wait outside, and I don't know the history of it.
We're going to find out together. And it may end terribly. I will be able to help more with that in the morning if we wanted to wait till then. But we're also on a time crunch.
So do we want to try to find maybe a quiet library where we could cast the bardic spell identify?
Why do we say it
Yes,
like that?
that is the course of action. I think we are communicating how we want to think.
Sure.
We've already been in a library, so we can find that one again. Or if there's one closer, I guess. I have no idea where we are. I don't pay attention to maps. I've got an awful sense of location.
Ulta definitely would start walking in the direction of the library that we had taken, that I had dropped Eliseo and Hyacinth off. Not Hyacinth. I was looking at your name tag on Zoom. As soon as I said it, I was like, what am I saying? To Icarus and Eliseo, you guys had gone to that one. I would head in that direction, like just walking, keeping an eye out for gazers as we walk as well.
Big same. Gazers or anyone that looks kind of like... Were the Kenku part of Xanathar's?
They
crew?
were.
Okay. So looking to see if anyone's wearing similar uniforms or like outfits, attire. They're probably not all wearing like khakis and a red shirt, so they probably don't stand out that much, but looking for something that looks like it could be associated now that we're starting to see more of the guild members.
Okay. Make a history check at advantage, please.
History. That's a gross stat.
Thank God for advantage.
12.
They're coming
I have
in
rolled
cold today.
3 natural ones
There's been
tonight.
a lot of nat ones.
I am not playing this game anymore.
I'm almost right there with you.
I'm going to dice, and you cannot stop me. I'll still play LSAO from the computer because that's too much to remember.
Okay, so it takes a little bit to think back, especially because the stark difference in types of creatures is making this a little difficult. But you'd be able to note, at least so far, that the only identification you've been able to glean from the Kenku was like from a small little emblem hidden on like the inside of a little vest thing that they were wearing. And for every other creature you've seen, which was non-feathered skin, was a tattoo. Otherwise, there hadn't been really any similarities in attire specifically. So you know it'd be incredibly difficult to identify from that angle.
Okay.
As we're walking, I'm just gonna be like, so I know there are like tattoos, and there's like magic tattoos, right? But like, if you're like a Kenku or maybe a Tabaxi, how would that work? Can you still magic tattoo, or would you have to like?
I think they would have to shave them down, and I don't know how that works with bird folk. And
Oh, that would be so awful.
How?
Like,
I don't even like tweezing my eyebrows.
well,
Feathers are so much more.
So.
As someone who has lost feathers in shifter form before, it's not fun. It's very painful.
Yeah, I hope there's a different, like, more humane way to do that, because that would be very unfair.
I mean, they just had vests.
I, the player, do not know if Kenku's molt, so I can't help here. Never mind.
I hope they just don't. Maybe they just can't use tattoos.
Philosophical questions here on Queen's Gambit.
Answering the big questions in the world of D&D.
Jesus, we're in a check. Wait, no, that's not the right word.
The more you know, and we go to break.
The more you know.
We should get that graphic for our new transition.
Oh.
We're always learning. So
No,
that would make
my
sense.
graphic inspiration is like pinging in the back of my head. I'll work on it later, though.
Anywho.
Yes.
This is the tangent line.
Tangent line.
Okay, so did I hear correctly that you're sort of having this discussion on your way out and intending
Yes,
to leave? Okay.
Yes, we were trying to leave the sewer.
Okay.
I'm also trying to be very quiet.
Okay. Roll a collective stealth check, please.
Ooh, okie dokie.
And our
Roll
final
in the
destination
app?
is the library.
Was that stupid? Isn't so bad. Stealth. Well,
All right, so Eliseo has a little bit of a hard time, but we're going with the collective stealth. So
is it still nighttime?
did you come here in? I thought you came here like during the day. Because I remember you checked out
We
the
were
business,
scoping out
which was-
outside, but I can't remember if we waited.
I don't
come
think we
down.
did.
I don't think you
we
did.
just
It's still
busted
daytime.
down here.
It is still
Yes.
daytime.
We need to. Just a quick moment, friends. As excited as I am about traveling to a library, you all smell like shit. And you're covered in it. I
You're
think
right.
we need to wash ourselves real quick.
Prestidigitation.
Can you do that for everyone?
Yeah.
Then
Prestige.
please do so.
It's like magical vacuum cleaner.
Excellent. Now y'all aren't covered in poop.
Yay!
I'm pretty sure I can also do like faint smells, so I can give you like a perfume spray.
Nice.
There you go. Okay, so you will emerge from the cellar doors behind the Dandy Mop's abandoned wig shop, powdered wig shop. And nobody will notice with your collective stealth of good enough. And it is midday at this point. So, is Chrissy just not remembering the specific library, or okay. Let's look at this. I believe it was the Paragon Athenaeum. They're all very
name
close
doesn't-
together. Name doesn't ring a bell?
Paragon sounds familiar. It had some name like that.
Okay, just kidding.
Do you still have the
knows?
list I gave you of places
I
that you know? Okay.
Yeah, hang on, I gotta get there.
Heck, I love that.
It's been a long
Don't
time.
don't make me break myself again with Arthur references in chat. Don't do it.
Oh, we've had Arthur. We've had some Bill Nye. Have we had Magic School Bus yet? I don't think so.
I almost said Reading Rainbow earlier, but I had to hold it in.
Well, okay. Spoiler alert. It doesn't really matter which
Yeah, 'cause
library
I
it
can't
ends up
find
being.
it. I'm just scrolling endlessly.
Yeah,
I swear I ended up
we're gonna
months
just
behind.
hand wave it. You know, 3 libraries. They're not like specialized enough between the 3 of them that it really necessarily matters. So they're all in the Castle District as well. So
Found it. Sorry, I didn't mean to shout that. I didn't-
here we go. Generally over here to the library. I think this is a good opportunity for us to take our first short break of the night. What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
Okay. I don't know why our lamb's so cute.
I absolutely
Damn
knew
it.
not to do that.
Damn it! I
knew
missed
your-
by like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you just
fine,
get this
never
look.
mind.
You
I'm
get
not gonna
this
say
look
this
on your
out
face,
loud.
Juice, when you're about
Do,
to
do I? Oh, I
do
have a
cold
tell.
open. Yeah, you
Oh.
absolutely have a tell.
All right. Well, it's a good thing I don't do poker. I have the anti-poker face. Okay. Hey, we're back.
Hey, chat.
Hi,
Welcome
everybody.
back.
Okay, so we've just left the sewers that the necromancer, you know his name, Merklov. You basically just cut a deal with him that he's gonna stop stealing from the city of the dead, and is instead going to look into a donor-based, more wholesome program of necromancy. In exchange for having his Skelly boys tell you how the other bad guys got in. And that has happened. So, we're now in the castle ward at one of the several libraries that are available and that Ulta knows about. What's happening?
We are heading to a quiet corner somewhere within the library, so that Icarus can cast his bardic spell, Identify.
Why do we say it like that every time?
I don't
Because you said it
That's
like
just-
that, so
that's
now
the
it's
bit
the
now.
way it is.
You started it.
I'm a bard. Everything has to be about me being a bard.
There it is.
It was just a very, very funny comment. And I loved it.
And now it's canon, and it's the only way we know how to articulate what the spell is.
It was just
What made that moment even better was how Corndog was like, I wonder if Eliseo has Identify. And then Icarus went, I have the bardic spell Identify. This is very good.
I
Anyways,
bet Elsa doesn't have it because it's actually a bard spell. Elsa isn't a bard. I know they're not.
You now
It's
have
so
to
show
specify
different.
when it is a bardic spell and when it is a warlock spell that you are casting.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's rough.
I can decide.
Every time. My warlock spell.
And we
This
should
is just
probably
starting to
also,
sound like Pokemon moves.
we should probably also look to see if
my trap card.
any like history of rock books, just to see if we can find more information on it because it doesn't give you the full history,
Did you just say history of rock?
Yeah.
I love it. I'm writing that into this world.
Of rock book.
The history of rock book. It's the history of rock books.
It's gonna be a
The book.
superstar named Black Jack, who builds a school. Anywho, sorry, I'm way off kilter. I'm feeling sassy today.
No, this is a library, not a university, so it can't be the School of Rock, unfortunately.
Damn it! Hey, it's my world. I can do what I want. Anywho, sorry.
Anyway,
Icarus,
Well,
you were
I-
saying.
There might be a book relevant to.
Yes, the Stone of
Golorr.
We don't know the name of it.
You out
just-
of character. You do not know that.
Just kidding. Just
Oh,
kidding.
sorry.
You
I
you
still
do
need to try to
know.
cast
Never mind,
greater
we know
restoration on
Golorr.
myself, but I do not have greater restoration prepared today.
You do know that it is a magical object, and that it is a stone.
And it zapped me,
You know that it zapped you. Yes.
Okay.
and I feel like something is missing. And
Yeah,
I will
so-
like tell them about like what happened when it got into my hands as we walk towards the library, so that way we're not talking about it inside the library.
Wait, but I thought you didn't remember.
She does remember that it zapped her, and now she
Remember it zapped
knows
her?
there's
What
like
does that
a
mean?
memory missing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
something that happened in a period of time that's now gone. So Juno is thinking, fuck, why didn't I prepare Greater Restoration? Why did I prepare Revivify like a jackass? Should have just let people die. But that did not. Yep, she's just sitting knowing that there's something missing there. But if you can cast Identify, then at least we could learn a little bit more about it.
Yeah, can I hold it? I gotta touch it.
Oops.
Do you have to touch it to cast Identify on it?
Yeah,
Is it a touch spell?
I thought it was.
I think
It is. Yes, you have to touch the thing you're trying to identify.
Oh boy. I'm gonna be
Um,
rich.
before you touch it, I am going.
I'll cast heroism on myself.
I'm gonna cast guidance on you.
Do you guys have the stone in your journals, by the way?
In our journals
Yes, in Roll20.
on Roll20.
I don't know what it means in my journal though. Oh,
I see Wand of Magic Missiles.
I see the amulet creature.
I see handouts.
Okay, no, you do not
handouts.
because it's not in here. I messed that up. Okay, I
Hell.
will create an image to show you. But anywho, while I'm working on that, what's happening for you guys?
I have guidance and heroism, and I'm gonna touch it.
Okay.
So
Cast Identify, right? Not just a touch.
Please. The bardic spell identify.
I think I don't know if there are things that come first, so I'm just going.
You
through
are
the
One thing at
you
a
are
time, but
intending to
that's-
cast the
that's the
spell,
last
yes?
step.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll roll with that.
I'll prepare Lesser Restoration just in case something real weird happens, because I have that one today.
Let me just check something real quick.
Okay. Are you checking anything relevant to what should happen next, Icarus?
No. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good.
So you touch the stone, and for a moment you black out. You see. Would you like me to repeat the vision because it'll be exactly the same?
No, I think we remember.
No, yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Your view goes to a large ornate theater in Waterdeep. You know that this theater exists in Waterdeep. Your vision goes through the front door, takes a hard right. You can see and hear a performance happening in the main auditorium to your left. You take a left into a narrow hallway, eventually leading you to a small room containing a well-concealed trapdoor in the floor. And then a tremendous golden dragon opens its maw and seems to swallow you, revealing an incredibly decorated dwarf who winks at you. And now you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Hey, that's pretty good.
Okay. You do not experience yet the Aboleth Golorr talking to you. You actually understand more information. The theater is named the Pink Flumph. The dragon's name is Auranax, and the dwarf is the form that he takes with his morphing ability, which goes by the name of Barak Clanghammer. I will send that in Discord. He was tasked with protecting this vault until the end of his days, which he was happy to agree to. And the stone itself is the key to the vault door. As you come back to your senses, you do remember all of that.
Gotcha. I think I've cracked the case.
Here with the class.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm supposed to tell you guys. So I think I know where the vault is, and I think I know who's guarding it. Are we far enough away that I can like tell you guys? Like, I look around. Is anyone nearby?
You are in the library, yes?
Yes.
Make a roll a d20 straight up.
I don't like that. Six.
There are 6 people within view of you, but they are far enough away that you may safely assume that talking quietly, unless any of these 6 people has incredibly perceptive capability, you can probably get away with only being heard by the people around you. It'll require a stealth check though, just for funsies.
I'm gonna do my stealth check and then whisper.
Okay. All right, you feel like you're gonna be pretty good at quiet.
Okay. So, I got the same like weird vision thingy, but because I think you said you got one, right? But
I don't know that I got one. I have
I
a
have the weird-
void in my mind.
I had the weird shock thing. It gave me a vision, okay? And then I was following like the course to theater. Sorry, was that too? I don't know if that was too quiet for stream or
A
not.
theater? What kind of theater?
It's called the Pink Thump, and then in that there's a trap door, which it was like inside a dragon's mouth, a golden dragon. Golden are normally good. And the golden dragon, his name is Aranok, if I noted that correctly. Don't quote me on that.
Aranax. I put the whole thing in the Discord for you.
Thank.
Okay, cool. So I can just say I'm saying all this. And then the stone is the key. But my question is, like, with the key, do we still have to get past the guard, or, But we can just head there and see what happens.
Would at this point, like with all of like the dragons that we've encountered and everything, would we have an understanding of metallic dragons being typically good aligned?
You have only experienced one dragon in person, no?
That was the blue one, right?
During the campaign.
Right.
You guys can all make a history check in order to glean something, and as before,
Okay.
the DC will be difficult
Okay, yeah,
different
that's the question.
for Aster and Ulta than it would be for the others.
I'm just saying. Sunrunner's nice. And
Nope.
there's Bahamut. He's nice. So
Why are we rolling in here?
I don't know why we're doing this anymore.
I'm
None
done.
of us rolled above a
Garbage.
10 chat.
Trash.
I just like to roll so the DM can see it. I don't know.
We're stupid.
Okay, I finally did it. Here is the stone. This is what it looks like.
Oh, that's so cool. I like it.
I love it and hate it at the same time.
I love it.
It's kind of creepy looking.
I like that it's green
That's
though.
so cool.
Does it have eyeballs?
Why
Yeah,
so many
those are
eyeballs?
yeah, because like Abelis have like the 3 going down. Yeah, that's really cool. I like it.
Indeedly. Okay. So I'm completely forgetting the question. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
if
dragons.
we have any knowledge of them being good aligned, but like probably not.
It seems that you all understand
That dragons are big and scary. Ha ha.
Big, scary, powerful. They like treasure, and some are typically on a good alignment, and some are typically on a bad alignment.
Well, based on the fact that blue is bad and Sunrunner's good, I'm gonna go with goldish is good.
Icarus, you would know as part of the nature of what you just experienced that at least that particular dragon is good by way of it has a purpose that it believed is good and does intend to serve that purpose as defined.
I also don't think Icarus is smart enough to generalize, so that's stopping at this very specific colors. But some are goldish, and this dragon was cold, so he's good.
Icarus, did that vision at all tell you who put that dragon in charge?
Well, no. I don't think so, at least. Unless I just didn't get that
Nope.
part.
It did not.
Unless it was Golorr. And then do I like have like a mental area of like where the theater is, or is that just like I just know of the theater?
You know exactly what it is and where it is. Yes, it's not far from where you are right now, actually.
Cool.
You know the exact location.
I told you I could
Because-
identify.
You did. You did really good. We didn't know anything before, so you did a great job. The bardic spell identify. I'm sorry. Last one, I promise.
No, it's not.
I don't
No, it's not.
promise. I make no
I
promises.
don't promise. Anyway. Yeah, so Esther piped back up. I was like, well, at least like my reasoning is that if we, are going to this vault and trying to, beat the Xanathar to it and, get good press for the Waterdeep Council is kind of our end goal here. If the Waterdeep Council has anything to do with that vault or that dragon, us getting there would align with whatever the dragon was told to do, right?
Ulta's tiny brain cannot process what you just said, but it makes sense to Chrissy. So, yes.
I think if we have the key, he might just let us in anyways.
Could we perhaps rest before we go?
Just-
I used a significant amount of magic today.
I
also
think that's a good
they
idea.
don't have the key. They'll have to fight the dragon, and I don't think they can fight the dragon, so I think we're good.
I'm hoping that we won't have to fight a dragon either.
Or them.
Or them.
Juno's gonna look around for a gazer.
Them.
If it's a dragon, we're
Dun,
good.
dun, dun.
But are we bad if we're trying to take the thing from inside where that is? Does that make us bad, which makes us have to fight the good dragon? are
Or we
still-
can help the good dragon.
True. Does anyone speak dragon?
Yes,
Mm,
both
Draconic,
LSAO
I
and
don't
I
think I
speak
do.
Draconic.
Same
I do not.
We learned it very recently.
I also apparently speak deep speech and abyssal if we ever need those.
Nice.
Well, there's a left turn.
How did
I
Ulta learn
also
that one?
speak
Wait a minute.
Orcish.
I
If you
also
guys
speak
ever need
Elvish,
that.
So you twin turds can't be sneaky and talk about me.
Y'all, I know 3 languages. What the hell?
No, I'm
I
just
literally have one.
kidding.
It's just common.
Well, common and elvish,
Oh,
but I'm an elf, so
Yeah. Common, druidic, and primordial. And that's it.
where do you
Nice.
guys get all these languages from? Wow. Why do I have so few?
Anyway,
Depends
on
I'm
backgrounds
teasing
and
you. You
feeds.
guys are amazing. Do we need to take a long rest, or do we need to do like a short rest?
For me, it would take about 4 hours to recover my skills. But
To be fair, I use my bard spells and not my warlock spells. So long of 4 hours.
I can do with the short rest, so just one. So yeah, maximum of 4 works for me.
So
Have an
we will-
extended dinner and go to the dragon in the cover of night, perhaps?
That sounds a little
can do
inappropriate.
better.
I'm not that kind of bard.
Or maybe we could buy tickets to the show. You said it's a theater. That would be an easy way in for us, so we wouldn't be super suspicious. Just purchase tickets to go to the show in the theater.
Yeah,
And
and
then-
then we just say something like we lost our way on the way to the bathroom or something. Good cover up, right?
Let's not pre-order tickets though, just because I don't know if the show's gonna be good or not.
There.
We could go scope it out, though, at least.
We could.
Sure.
Yeah.
And see if there's anyone suspicious nearby. Or at least in a different kind of suspicious than us.
That's fair. Well, to the theater.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I need to find one quick thing.
I, as the most educated in the party, will lead the way.
In this particular case, this is an accurate statement.
I'm gonna
Don't
take
show a
mine.
niffer this episode.
I am going to take advantage of being smart.
LSAO is going to roll their eyes at you,
Cry a little and
debate on casting Sapping Sting at you, but will not do that.
What?
I don't even have Vicious Mockery. What kind of bard am I?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I was like, that's like a good comeback. It's like, that's like equivalent to like a good roast. But I don't have it.
Yeah, it's the best thing when you can take a anything down to 0 hit points with Vicious Mockery, because that just means like you diss them to death.
DMs always have stuff like explaining what happened.
Where did this go? This is very important. Okay, while I work on that, I'm going to have you guys get to the theater,
Yeah,
which is down here. Boop.
Whoa. Oh, you were ready.
That is our view. The pink flumph.
Is it pink inside?
The sign is very pink.
Oh, I don't.
Can this place be a cabaret? That's what I really want from this
Yeah.
year.
Is this a burlesque theater?
Well, you would see a couple signs that it's a mixed bag of performance types. So we can absolutely throw in there that cabaret is part of the mix.
Hell yeah, Pink Flump!
Pink Flumph Cabaret Show. In addition, assuming I get to the right damn page. Jeez. Okay, so you can see as you're approaching it that it is buzzing with activity. Being midday, it is actually between shows. Inside the theater itself is lit by lanterns that have a continual flame. Clearly magical, the spell, continual flame. Posters on the outside advertise the latest shows. Meet the Goodberries and Kiss of the Lamaya. And insert cabaret show name here.
That second one sounds interesting. Lamaya. Which one is going tonight?
The Meet the Goodberries is the comical show happening this evening.
We can skip that one.
You would
Is that a double
see
feature?
two. They do both shows every day.
Okay, cool.
So, well, they do 2 shows every day because we've inserted a third. So,
Woo!
rotation created here. But 2 shows a day. You can see ticket signs to your north right here and south right here. This area is just like a general receiving / lobby area.
We
And
will.
from my oh, actually, I don't need to ask you. I can just reread this, and then I'm just gonna reread the thing that you sent me. Front door, hard right, performance happening. So, hard right, and then left into small hallway. So I'm like leaning this way. I'm like, just like looking around.
While he's doing that, I'm purchasing us all tickets.
Okay.
Very good.
With our Waterdeep Amex.
Yes. With
Come
our
on.
card.
All right.
Frequent customer card.
Like, actually, it's
There it is.
the best currency, the mythological currency, MasterCard.
Why does no work? This is very important.
The banjo music?
Is it going for you?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Now nothing.
Are you looping it?
Why are you
Oh, it's
hearing
the
it but not me?
Wildcats.
I can hear it. Which is weird because mine never works.
I want to be the person playing jaw harp.
I'm just gonna do a quick refresh here.
Of roll 20? Are you mad?
I know, it takes eons.
Oh, maybe that's why it's acting funky. Okay, let's go to a quick break so I can sort this out without burning time, and you guys can get an actual break out of it. We'll be right back. Go 1, 2, 3. I did it backwards. That was not funny.
Nice.
Those-
I got sympathy chuckles. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're in the Pink Flumph, the theater that we know contains, well, that we know beneath it would be the vault that we're looking for. And Ulta's going for purchasing tickets, yes?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna purchase 4 tickets that are all in the same seat, like rows. No, you know what? I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna put 2 of us together and 3 together. Like kind of in different spots. That way, when we time how we're gonna get up and go to the bathroom, it doesn't look like a group of us all at the exact same time heading for the left hallway. And we can't get too caught too easily. We're gonna go for that.
When you said like in one row, I know what a row is. Don't get me wrong, but I heard in one column, and I was like, "Oh, that's a fun way to sit." Just,
Oh, yeah. We all gotta sit like on like the inside, the inside column too. Oh my god, right next to the aisle.
Sitting behind a column, no less. Cheap seats.
Yeah, so Ulta, you go into one of the 2 ticketing booths to purchase patronage to the show that the intro music is now playing for, because they're still preparing to open. You are told that the tickets are 5 silver apiece.
Yeah, you can put that on my Waterdeep Amex black card. Thanks, that was canon from last game. Or the game before, I can't remember which one. But no,
This
I'll
is
pay 'em
Chrissy, she'll be
whatever
here
they
all
need.
night.
Yeah, I don't remember what we called it in that game, but yes, I will pay them. And then as I'm handing out the tickets, tell everybody, so quick game plan, we'll go in, get our seats, maybe send 2 people or 3 people first, or 1 at a time every couple of minutes so that we're not just all disappearing and raising too much suspicion. and she will look to Aster and say if the possibility of casting some sort of stealthing again would be great.
Sure, I can do that. I have a couple more casts.
Is there anyone else in this lobby at the moment or not currently?
You may look to find out.
I forgot to do something real quick, and I just want to like do it before we are like enveloped in people.
You all have control of your tokens, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I got 22 on perception.
You can't currently see any.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go in this little corner. I'm just gonna alter self. No, that's the different one. The disguise self. And I'm just gonna become the human boy with red hair, curly red hair.
Are you going to attempt to trance while we're here? Can you do that with that up?
Yeah. I mean, it's at will. It's not like concentration.
Huh. Okay.
I never need to do my makeup. It's really nice. But also, didn't we trance before we got here?
No, we were going to trance here during the show.
Oh, but
Sorry, that's me, Courtney. Responding in a very bitchy way. Sorry. I thought we were trancing here at the theater, like relaxing here at the show, stuff like that. If we were trancing beforehand,
I thought we were
trying
trancing
to reset my
beforehand.
things.
During the show is when we're going to look for the stuff.
We bought tickets for, were the tickets for one show or the two shows? Because it's a matinee, right?
Right. It's just the one though. One show has already concluded for the day.
So there's only one more show left this evening.
Correct.
How much time until that show?
Oh, the Ticketmaster would let you know that it is approximately 2.5 hours.
Until the show starts? And then how long will the show run, sir?
Oh no, that'll be 2.5 hours that it runs. It's got about just a couple minutes left until we actually begin.
So we don't go to the show and we try to break in later? Obviously saying this out of earshot of the master. I didn't think about what I was saying until I said it and realized
I heard the word break in. I was like, oh.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
Because if we can't utilize, if you guys need to do the trancing and not do the hit point or the hit die, because that doesn't do spell slots, right?
It has to be a full trance, I think.
For my spells, correct.
We should also note that you only get the benefits of a long rest once per 24 hours. You can do as many short rests as you want. But yeah, the long is only once per literal day.
I mean, I'm good to investigate. I just have like one spell missing. But
I have first level spells and 2 second level spells.
Let's,
I can just, if it goes sideways, I can always use my hammer.
That, or if we're not feeling entirely up to snuff, we could just watch the show for tonight and just physically see what we could see about the architecture and then just come back.
Or, good idea, also, we could stay for the show, let you guys trance during the show. When the people are leaving the show, we could do that thing that you see in the movies where people hide in the place and then get locked inside.
I love
They had a whole movie about it. It was with the girl who lived in Walmart or whatever, and she was pregnant or whatever.
What? I need to see that movie.
I do actually love that idea too, so.
But I think we would need to be somewhere while we were trancing because we can't exactly move while that's happening.
Well, that's what.
But also,
I
we can't get the
pointed-
benefits from
yeah.
it, so.
And just in case, if we're worried about like things mechanically, which it sounds like at least a little bit,
If it's just me, we can still go forward.
The elves do
didn't
not
do a whole lot last time, so
yeah,
they
but
can
the
step it
elves
up.
do not need to trance during a short rest.
No.
Or short rest is simply not doing strenuous activity for a full hour straight. Sorry, not a short rest. Mixing up my terms now.
What benefits do I get from a short rest?
Yeah.
Just healing. Or what do you get from a short rest? I can't tell.
Oh, also, Juno and Aster, I completely missed having you guys do your perception checks for when you definitely said you were watching for watchers. So let's please do that real quick.
Oh, show.
Woo! I'm not rolling with D20. Or nope, not doing that.
Dirty 20.
12 plus 7, 19.
Okay. You both definitely had gotten the sense at some point that you were being watched or followed at some point between the library and here, but you did not specifically identify anybody or anything that would have been behind that.
Hey, Jamna, you're still here. Would you be up for keeping eyes on the outside? I think we're being followed. Can't tell by who.
Oh, I think I could do that. Do we have a signal for when I should come back in?
Go! Oh, we're not going to caca in the theater. I have a singular sending left. I could attempt to reach you that way, otherwise, let's look at what we've got here. Oh, LSAO's got message. They'll let you know if we need anything from the inside. And if you need us, here's Puff. Just talk to this owl, and it will communicate back with us.
Nifty. Sounds good to me.
It only poops some people sometimes.
It's celestial poop, so you'll be okay.
Goes right through you.
Almost a blessing, really.
Or a curse.
Chrissy's facial expressions during conversations that don't involve Ulta are just making my day.
I like to imagine that she actually watches. She stands there like a solid 3 feet shorter, and everybody just. What the fuck are all of you saying? Like,
Awesome.
Just like back and forth, just like head darting, just very confused most of the time.
That's perfect. Okay, the plan is set. So we've got Puff with Jamna and a message spell for LSAO ready if necessary. Anything else?
Well, I think we need to solidify a plan. We gotta find a place for you guys to relax for 2 extra hours.
We don't need to trance. We're not going to get enough time. Plus, it hasn't been so long since we last rested. I don't know how much it could help.
Alright, so we're not gonna worry about resting. We're just gonna watch the show, and then as we leave with the crowd, we're going to stealth away into the place. I don't remember.
Yeah, so
Correct.
the direction that
I would give
Icarus
them
found.
a detailed account of like how to get to it, or at least where it should be.
Can we, like, as people are filling in for when the show's about to start, you know, that kind of, like, awkward shuffle that you have to make at a theater before the doors open? Can we, like, do that awkward shuffle towards the direction
Yes.
of...
So I'm
Because
going
it wasn't
to.
in the theater. It was
Yep, it was
a right instead.
the hallway to the right, and it was down that one.
Yes. So I'm going to take all of you to basically the space that you would all be able to see before obstacles become apparent. So the direction was this way, and then down this hallway which for all of you who don't have the sight that Icarus has, this door is a barrier between you and the next area. Do you decide to go through that door or not? Before you ask that question, Icarus, you know it's definitely past that door and 2 more beyond it.
Yep, it's through this door and like 1 or 2 more, and they'll be straight shooting from there.
Right, I think if we know the way, maybe we try to do it during the show when
Can I like
there's a
describe
ruckus in there.
that door? Like, is it like readily apparent, or will it? Can I see in my vision? It will be like fully hidden.
You would know that it is very well hidden. Actually, everyone except Icarus, please take off your headphones for a minute. When I wave at you, you can put them back in.
Meh.
All right, Icarus, I'm going to only verbally describe this to you. And if you have any questions, please just send them to me in Discord for clarification, so that we don't spoil anything for the audience. Cool?
Yeah.
All right. You're going to go through that door. The stairway that you see on the north, just before that door, is basically side entrances to the theater. When you go through... Fuck you guys, I can see chat. Going through that door is another short hallway. One doorway to the right goes outside of the theater, and the doorway ahead of you goes farther into basically right next to the stage. To your left is an opening to the very front rows of the auditorium.
Okay.
Through the next door is another, like, it's basically exit stage left. And one more door, the second door that I mentioned, is going to be to the true backstage. Once you reach true backstage, you take a quick left and a quick right. The first changing room is the room containing like a thick rug and a very not obvious small hole is the only way to recognize the board you have to pull up to reveal the ladder going down.
Cool.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay. Corn dog's pissed.
Aggressively puts earbuds back in.
And I'm not happy about it.
Attention to me.
Wait, am I supposed to remember all that?
Your mistake was revealing the secret.
Oh my god. Please tell me you took
No, I
that.
wrote it all down.
Okay.
I actually noted it all. So that would be very in character. Oh, what was it?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be like, hey Aster, do you have like a notebook or something? Wait, I've got music pages, and I'll just on the back of one, just like make a little picture, and it's basically like a big box for the theater, and then a little hallway to the side, and just a long straight arrow, and then a little wiggle at the end, and that's it.
Is this hieroglyphics?
No, it's a map to get you there.
You need cartography lessons.
I draw music notes, not diagrams.
We
Okay.
can see that.
So remember the way we were facing? Like, we saw the first door from where we were, right?
Mm-hmm.
So straight back, 2 more? Yeah, sounds right. So like, you're like walking like next to like the theater, like 1, 2, and then after that, you're like no longer like next to the theater, you're like backstage. And then it's left, right, first room. There's a trapdoor. It's like a changing room or something.
I'm going to hope that you will just lead us that direction as we all mosey out throughout
I thought
the
we
show.
weren't all going at once. That's the only reason I told you.
We're all going at once, but this
Okay.
is good to know, I guess, in case we get separated or something.
Like in Scooby Doo, you know.
And so first off, Aster's just gonna kind of go over to like this first door that we're supposed to go through. Just kind of like, I don't know, jiggle the handle or something just to make sure it's not locked.
It is currently not locked.
Okay, good to know. 'Cause I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be a really big obstacle.
In fairness, let's move your token right there. You would be able to see this.
Oh,
Oh,
discreetly wiggle the door handle with your butt. It's the only way to do that.
Why with the butt?
With the hand is too obvious. With the foot is even more obvious.
With your mouth? What other
I'm
options?
so confused.
Okay, but butt wasn't weird. The mouth was. What?
I mean, using your like hip or your butt is way more different than putting your mouth on a door handle.
Don't do that.
Maybe don't
This
do
comes
anything.
from someone that like is around dirt all the time too. Just don't do that.
Do you put your mouth on every handle you see?
Pretty much. Why do you think I've got such a good reputation?
What? Okay.
Should
Oh,
we go
so
take
anyway,
our,
that door isn't locked, so we're okay.
should we go take our seats?
I think that's a good idea.
We did pay for the tickets, so.
So we're taking our seats.
Yeah, we're gonna take our
I'm gonna have you
seats
guys
now.
actually move to where you're moving.
Okay. Oh, where do we want to sit? Do we want to like be obnoxious in the front row? No, we're not gonna do that. Never mind.
Why don't
Bad
we
plan.
sit by where we have to leave, you know? Like, so I'll go like right.
Yeah.
Oh, I should ask,
Yeah.
Ulta, would you have purchased premium tickets which would have guaranteed you seats in the first 2 rows, or standard tickets which would have been freedom of choice everywhere behind that?
Probably would have paid for the tickets that were the more expensive ones, thinking that not because she wants to be in the first 2 rows, but because she would just assume that everyone would want nicer seats. But not necessarily in the first 2 rows. Like I was thinking like a special little box of our own.
Okay.
But if there's no such thing as that here, then yeah, I would assume like
The closest thing, the closest thing to that would have been selecting seats either in these 2 spots before that aisleway or the same on the complete opposite side. Otherwise, it's just simply a choice between the first 2 rows or everything behind the first 2 rows in this sort of middle area.
Probably the first 2 row ones.
Okay.
Would, like, you know, if that's as close as we can get. If the closest to box office seats or like box seats are over here, knowing that that's the direction we had to go, then she probably would have snagged those.
Okay. So I'm going to move this person and say that these are your seats. Did you want the front or the back? You know what? Just pick the spots that you want. I will move the commoners back to filling in other spaces. As long as it's within these 2, this area, like to the south of this aisle, you're good.
LSA and I will take the back row to keep an eye on things. LSA will be kind of watching this door over here, and I will be surveying the rest of the. Hello. I will be surveying the rest of the theater area to see if there's anyone looking at us weird.
Okay. I did just realize I forgot to give you access to Juno's token. Sorry, Eliseo's token on this map, so I've changed that and just scooted them right next to you. Jamna's gonna take a seat right in front of you guys, and
Wait, isn't she staying outside?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant a seat. So there, you have access to the token, so I'll let you put them where you would like.
Jamna? I thought
Oh, that's
Jamna
right,
was
yes.
staying outside. Yeah.
My bad. Jamna.
To
is
keep an eye
over
on
here.
if anyone's sneaking up on us.
Gotcha.
I'm going to sit as close to the stairs out as I can, and if anyone like has to like step over me to get to like their seat or something, I'm just gonna be like, oh, sorry, small bladder.
All right.
It
So,
all goes back to restroom jokes every time.
Well, I mean, we said we were getting up to go to the bathroom. That was our entire plan.
okay. So, Ulta, given your history and background, and we can retcon some conversation if we need to from this information. I should have told you before. During shows like this, it would be typical that a standard intermission occurs halfway through the show, and literally everybody kind of gets up, meanders, walks around, stretches their legs, goes to the bathroom, that sort of thing.
I will say that we explain that to the team and suggest that we reconvene at intermission, and that's when we make the move.
But won't there be more people moving at intermission? So like people will be there to see us
There'll also be more movement
backstage.
for people to lose us.
But there'll be people backstage too, because they're off stage then.
I don't know how loud these doors are going to be when we're walking through them either. So it's either try to sneakily move during the show or intermission?
Yeah, we just do the stealthies and be extra stealthy and quick.
Did you hear that, LSAO?
Just stares. No response.
We could say that this conversation happened before you guys took your seats, because
Yes, please.
Ulta would have known that before you guys separated.
Mm.
Just keeping it fair.
So we're agreeing on intermission. We're gonna stealth, try to be as quick and quiet and swift as possible. And if you run into any workers, you got lost trying to find the bathroom, because it always goes back to bathroom. And
Just
then
like
if
me
you get
with
sent
my
back
bubble.
to the yes.
Just like you.
Sometimes you just gotta say it a few times to like remind yourself that it's the bit you're going for, you know?
Always for the bit.
You won with the bit. Oh, that sounds weird when we're talking about bathrooms. Oh, look, the show's starting. I'm kidding.
I mean, the next thing is going to be the show starting.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we are all sitting down and watching half the show.
Okay.
I would like to keep an eye out on like what the ushers are dressed like, or people that do work here, what their outfits like, keeping tabs on people like that.
So you can make a perception check. Or investigation, actually. Your choice between the two. Since you did specify what you were trying to look for. Nice. I feel like this is actually kind of fitting for Ulta. You would see two employees of the establishment in the back entrances of the main auditorium, and they are wearing the only thing that distinguishes them from anybody else really is black vests. During the first hour plus of the show, you are all regaled with a comical glimpse into the travails of a large halfling family engaged in illicit criminal activity. It's hilarious. But there's a twist. After intermission. So you all receive the benefits of a short rest. And it's now intermission time.
All right. Well, as we're all getting up from our seats and kind of like heading out to convene or at least be in the same vicinity, Aster will cast Pass Without a Trace.
Nice.
For the
I will
stealth
also
bees.
disguise self just to add a black vest over my shirt. Like the people who are seated people. Yes, that person vest. The word that we just used that I already forgot.
Sure.
Usher vest.
Oh, got it. Okay. So are you all convening down here?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do that. And now Icarus looks like an usher.
If you'll all follow me right this way to the restrooms.
I am gonna pop invisibility on myself while hiding behind my spouse, who is much larger than me.
Okay.
Okie doke.
Just because I'm dressed like an usher and know where we're going, I'll go first. I'll reach for the doorknob.
All right.
Okay.
But
Um,
quietly,
Rolled a
stealthy.
25 on her stealth.
Oh, plus 10.
Plus
so
10.
35.
Yes, everybody
I
roll
gotta do
stealth,
that.
please, unless you're invisible.
I have advantage, right? Because I'm dressed like a person.
Yeah, everybody except Icarus actually rolls stealth because.
Thank God for Pass Without a Trace.
Oof.
Thank God I don't have to roll because that would have been bad.
Yeah.
All right. So Icarus, you open this door, leading to the expected short hallway with the front rows of the auditorium on your left. What you know is an exit on your right. And basically the exit stage left area directly in front of you.
I very confidently look both ways at the things and then just keep going straight.
Okay. Perception check, please.
Perception. 11.
All right. It's a little chaotic with everybody moving around, going to the bathroom and stuff, but you don't really notice anybody that pays any special mind to you guys heading this direction.
And then I will try for the next door.
The door to your left at this point, you know, goes directly to the stage, and you can actually hear, no check needed, because it's you, and because of how close this person is to the door, you can surmise that this is where the single bard seems to be sitting that is playing all of the music for this production. The door ahead of you is already ajar, and you can hear the faint talking of a few people that you would probably assume are involved with the show backstage.
I will be like, shh. And I will just walk up to the door unless someone stops me because I have a plan. And assuming everyone's still following me, I will open the door and I'll be like, and through here we have just passed the final part of the stage. The musician was playing right there, and I'll just like act like I'm giving a tour as I walk through the door.
Okay. Okay. You sort of do that preemptively, and as you come around, I will put you right here. As you come around this corner, you do see a small handful of the mostly halflings that are involved with the show, kind of scuttling about in and out of costume and in the middle of getting between their costume changes and that sort of thing. And they're so preoccupied with their own tasks and with each other, and they're far enough away that nobody really seems to pay you any mind.
Okay. As I quick left, quick right, and I am going to real quick take a quick moment to listen and see if I hear anyone in the changing room we need to go into.
There's no one in there. No check necessary.
Try for the door.
All right. Oh, I have to shift. Sorry, stream. Let's shift your view to right here. All right, Icarus, you'd know this is exactly the room you need to go into.
I feel like there's a butt coming.
No. Basically large chunk of carpeting encapsulates the entire floor, but you know that it just lifts up.
I will walk into the room confidently, and as they all come in behind me, I will just throw it up. Ta-da! And this is our model changing room. All the other actors have very similar ones, and I just prepared this bit just in case there are people, and I wanted to show it off.
Okay.
Yeah, the door's right here, and I will reach for the invisible but visible but very hard to find hole.
Yep, and you know exactly where it is. It is a small hole in the floor, no longer than the size of a coin. And by one finger, you're able to lift up a platform that covers basically the middle 3 to 4 feet square of the floor, revealing a dark corridor accompanied by a ladder going straight down.
Would you all like me to continue first, or would you like me to reset the carpet on our way in?
I think someone else can reset the carpet. I think it'll be fine. Plus,
Okay.
Jamna also needs to know how to get by too at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, right here is where LSA will send a message to Jamna because pretty soon they will not be able to if we're going down below the ground and Stone gets involved.
Okay.
So they'll shoot a quick message to Jamna. We've located the secret door, and they'll try to send a map through message from their brain, because they are so literal, giving really accurate directions before heading down.
Okay. We will include that she was definitely there while the sort of verbal instruction and you guys were all sort of checking out that initial hallway at the same time. She was there for that. So this will add some detail to that description for her.
Puff can still communicate with you, but we might not be able to communicate back going further.
All right. And you will understand message received. Or LSAO will.
Excellent.
So yeah, I guess we close the door to the changing room just so it's not easily visible from the hallway, but keep the carpet kind of up so she knows this is the right spot to be. Can just
Do we want to leave the carpet up in case someone else comes in here?
She's a rogue. She can find it. I would just say to put it back down.
Okay, cool.
And I'll go first down the ladder.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Is it safe to assume everybody is following down the ladder, or is anybody holding back at all for any given reason?
I am following down the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With that being the case, then let's take one more very short break for the evening. And during that break, I will change you guys over to what is next, and we'll do bathroom runs, refills, all that jazz. All right. We'll be right back.
Whee!
All right, we're back, everybody. Hey, thanks for that
Okay.
raid. Welcome, all you new people.
Woo!
We are in the middle of a Tyranny of Dragons campaign where we have now officially entered the newly discovered location of a secret vault hidden beneath a, until now, undisclosed location within Waterdeep. And thanks to Icarus having the wisdom to resist the memory wipe from the Stone of
Spell
Golorr.
of identification.
Yes. The bardic spell identify.
We are now
Which I double checked is a bard spell. I learned that today.
nice. We now find ourselves in. Oh, I should change. I should fix the view a little bit. Sorry. We are in a small, completely encapsulated in stone chamber with massive double stone doors in front of you. You have traversed about 100 feet to get to this floor level. These doors in front of you raise about 30. They are massive. You see a few runic symbols glistening across a small oval depression, roughly about chest level for the average sized of you. Ulta, it'd probably be a hand reach above your head.
I will walk up with my holy green stone.
Wait,
And-
before you do that, can we check these ruins to see if anything looks like, oh, I don't know, a glyph of warding that could just pop up on us?
Yeah. I don't know, just trappy kind of things in general.
Our Lord, I'm kidding.
I would like to check for traps.
Go
Please.
for it. So you can make, because you're specifically investigating runes, you will have to choose. Are you looking for traps or are you looking to glean information about the runes? Which may or may not include traps themselves, but there is a...
I glean information about the ruins and my spouse check for traps.
Absolutely. So one of you make an Arcana check and
Oh,
the
God
other
damn it.
make an investigation check.
Yep,
I'll
both are
let you pick.
intelligence, the dump stat. Which one do you want to do well on? Which one do
I
you
hope
care
it's
less
not
about?
a dump stat.
I will make the investigation check because I make that with advantage, and LSA will do the Arcana check.
Okay.
They're brilliant. Okay, so first one, Arcana, 19 plus 7. The Arcana check is 26. Now, and then I'll do the investigation check. 15 or 15. 15 it is.
Okay. Who checked for traps again? I'm sorry. Was that Juno?
Juno checked for traps.
Okay, Juno feels actually odd that there don't seem to be any traps in this place. And actually, by the time you're finished checking this out, Jamna will be coming down the stairs and give a quick look around as well with them, with her, and say, huh. Nothing. Eliseo, sorry, Icarus, go ahead.
I'm like, as they're saying that there are no traps, I'm just gonna be like, well, since the stone is the only way in, it feels as though like you wouldn't need them, right?
Also, it's guarded by a dragon, which is kind of scary enough.
All right, and then with the Arcana check of, was it 26?
Yes, they rolled 19.
Okay, nice.
I wish I could roll a 19.
With
I wish I could roll a double digit.
Wouldn't that be rad? Wouldn't that be fucking sweet?
as they approach the runes, and I'm gonna say they like just gently run their fingers sort of across them as if they're reading them. They would actually, like at the moment that their fingers go across each rune, they would translate to letters in common for Eliseo, and it eventually reads, "The stone is the key." And they know for sure that there is no trap here, of the like magical rune variety, at least.
I'm gonna put in the stone.
Hopefully the show's going on right now, so no one can hear us.
Well, we're 100 feet down too.
Oh, we're very far down.
30-foot doors.
But
That would shake the earth.
It's like 7.
Actually, you know what? 26 on that Arcana. I'm going to add a little bit more. LSAO is able to understand that while not being able to identify anything specific by just an Arcana check, they would know that there is some incredibly powerful mix of different kinds of magic shielding this place. So that they'd actually feel pretty good that no matter what amount of sound that these doors might make, they feel confident that it wouldn't matter.
Okay, LSA will be confident and Juno will be nervous.
All right, so Icarus, as you approach the door, sort of like holding up the stone as if you're going to place it yourself, it actually kind of stops and hums in this sort of resonant, this frequency vibrating mid-air for just a moment, about 3 feet away from the door itself. And it'll slowly emit this bright blue light. And all of the eyes on the stone will close. And it'll quick snap into its fitted depression place in the middle of these doors. And they will match the resonant frequency of the vibration that it started with. The doors will open, revealing a massive entryway in front of you guys. So let's read this off.
Can I take the stone back with me, or does it stay?
It stays in its depression. As the doors separate, it basically just follows one, and the doors go into the walls.
Okay. Do we feel safe leaving it there? Well, there's no way to reopen them if it closes when we pull it out, so because they go on the outside, not on the inside. So I think we have to risk it.
Oh, is there any type of alarm or something that we can put here in case someone crosses it?
Well, let me check my bardic spells. No.
I will also check my druid spells and see if I have any.
Anyone have a
I
bear
don't think
trap?
I do.
I still have a bear trap. I can put it at the bottom of the stairs.
Like, I don't
Just been
think I
carrying
have
that on my
have
back
that.
since the start of this campaign. I'm gonna go run and put that at the bottom of the stairs.
The ladder?
The ladder. I'm gonna put a bear trap at the bottom of a ladder.
Okay.
Fucking
Don't.
woof. Come on down, everybody.
Oh wait, hold on. I do have a hunting trap. Okay. I just looked through my backpack.
Thinking through our basic equipment.
Our basic equipment. So yeah, okay. If you put one down like at the end of the ladder, I'll like I don't know, try to obscure one like in kind of this threshold space. This is very good.
Wherever it'll fit. And I'm gonna start peering into the large room and like tiptoe in. Because that's what I do.
Oops.
Also, I think I'm gonna like pull out my bow just in case because I'm a little nervous. And it like reflects light, so I think it'll be a good idea.
Okay. Honest question. Who among you does not have dark vision? I can't remember if everybody has it or if only one or
think we
two
all
people
do.
did not.
I think we all.
Yeah, I think we all do.
I think we all have it.
Yeah.
I've just
I
got
think
special
for
dark
me-
vision that lets us see forever. I
Yes.
already used that
Correct.
today, so I don't have that right.
It's okay.
So I know I can only see
60 feet will do.
Yeah.
We are elves. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
I'm just double checking that to make sure. I
Where
don't
is that listed? I just wanted to check for Ellis.
It's under features and traits.
Well, so as an Asimar, they have it.
Mine is also listed on the
Dark
front.
vision. 60 feet.
Senses. Yeah.
Okay, so all of us have 60 then, at least.
minimum. Yeah.
Okay.
Or 300.
Jamna will let you know that she, if either needs assistance or she can light a torch, that she does have.
Ugh. Really, Gemna? And I'm gonna cast light on my bow and just make it glow more than it already does.
Nice. Okay. As you all cross the threshold, the doors will come back together as they had gone apart in order to let you in. Icarus, you are emitting 30 feet of light. Boom. Okay. The chamber in front of you contains what you'd eventually be able to see as 3 age-worn columns. Column supports crumbling stone bridges are 60 feet overhead, so most of you can just barely see the bottom of 3 crumbling bridges spanning across the columns that line the middle of this room. And to every which direction you can see is various sets of double stone doors. Otherwise, this chamber seems to be completely empty.
Are you saying that outside of this light my brother is casting, this area is dark?
Yes.
I'm gonna run away and not run away, but I am going to step out of the light because boo hiss light, and I am going to take flight once again.
Nice.
Using my steps of the night, so that way I can kind of get like a little bit more of an aerial view and see these bridges a little bit closer too.
Okay. Are you staying below the bridges? Let me give you some more description so that you can there's fair grounding before you answer that question. The walls themselves go up about where do you go? About 60 feet high. Before the bridges, that's what I said. And then as you fly up about 20 feet, you would be able to see the true ceiling of this chamber. So you could still see that before reaching the ground level of the bridges.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going to ask, are you going to go to the basically the surface level that the bridges are at, or are you going to stay below that?
I'm gonna go to it.
Okay. So, Juno, I'm going to move just you. I will not move the stream view because I would like to keep this a little mysterious.
Sequence.
Let's say you just go up the middle. Go take your view northeast, Juno. A fair bit, basically to the corner. Can you see it?
Do you want me to go into the corner?
Nope, I just want to make sure you could see what your token's point of view actually sees.
Yes.
So you'll see the surface level of those bridges, those doorways, and those hallways.
LSAO will reach out to Juno, and they'll just kind of communicate back and forth using their message spell.
Okay.
As a way to like describe what she sees up here.
Okay.
LSAO could also fly up here if they wanted to. I don't know how much we want above ground and on the bottom floor.
Them flying would require the usage of their radiant soul. No?
Yes.
Okay, so that is a choice you'll have to make.
And it's only for a minute, so I wouldn't use it unless it's in case of emergency.
And I will not use it.
Okay, so you have established a magical short-term link of communication via sending. So, if that's the case, then what Juno sees is LSAO communicating everything?
Yeah.
Okay. What Juno sees is...
Oh, they could send Puff up. Puff is also going to look around up here.
That's true. On the western side, so this would be one that you can see right now, Juno. And if you scoot over there, you'd see 2 more to the south. 3 pillars running the length of this hall. They're actually carved to resemble warhammers, with the heads on the floor and the pommels going all the way up to the ceiling. The rest of the wall over here on the left bears a cracked mosaic that depicts a dwarf smith at a forge crafting other dwarves out of black metal and diamonds. Notably, this section of that mosaic is cracked and crumbling. On the eastern side of these crumbling bridges, you'd be able to see 3 doors. And the bridges themselves, obvious sections of them are falling apart, with the one in the middle having at minimum, 10-foot gap in order to get all the way across from one side to the other.
It's a really cool mosaic. I wish I could see it in real life.
Actually, I'm going to see if there's a handout. I hope there is. Damn, it doesn't look like it. No, I'm sorry. The provided art does not match the descriptions.
Juno will relay a message down. Do you want me to open one of these doors up here, or should I return and stay with the group?
That's only. Oh.
They're saying that to LSAO, and LSAO is communicating it to you.
I would stick with the group. There's a lot of doors, and we don't want to open any alone, I would say.
Yeah, or at least wait for us to get there.
Yes. Agreed.
I'm floating back down.
Okay, I will move you back to the spot where everybody is.
My thought was that we could look for some maybe words or labels around the doors. Since there was some carvings that LSAO could read earlier, maybe there will be more around every door. Or maybe one will be a dragon mouth, just like I saw, and we'll know which one it is.
I wonder if that Barak Clanghammer is like a patron deity of dwarves.
You can make a religion check.
Why are you doing this
Roll
to
it
me?
in real dice.
Why is
Are you not a
religion
cleric?
intelligence?
Do clerics
big
not have like an
brain
inherent
session.
proficiency in religion checks?
No, they don't.
Oh, that's...
I mean, you can take it, but it's.
And I also rolled it in roll
intelligence
20
with
like
that
a dum-dum.
literally
I hate myself. Why did I do that?
The Clanghammer name is not one that you've heard before.
wisdom. Oh my gosh.
Why are rolls like the same?
The dice are not
Keep
with
that.
us today.
I'm
Ah.
gonna start walking up to this first set of doors here and just look for writing around them.
Oh, by the way, I did use, if Tony's still here, I did use my +2 for Jamna's stealth to get down here
Ah.
without being detected.
He uses it for good, Tony. Take that.
Or Jamna's been bad this entire time and we just let her keep riding around with us and she's gonna fuck us over soon.
Stop.
The plot thickens, Juno thinks.
Well, at least with this check in this case, her fucking up would fuck us over. So at least, like, we're delaying it if it is bad.
I don't know if Tony intended that to be good or bad, but it is a roll for me, and I have to
Oh,
play
it's
both
always
sides in many
bad.
situations.
It's always bad.
Anywho, that's the information we're able to glean, and it is obvious enough that nothing, at least within your lines of sight at this point, would seem apparent about this room other than the series of double doors.
Are there any writings above them? Like, for example, I went to the first one on the left side.
Ulta's going to go to the one opposite and do the same and check for any sort of sigil or label. Like, is this the bathroom?
I don't know. Could be.
Make a general perception check, all of you.
Not rolling now.
Oh.
15 again.
I don't know why we keep doing this.
Ooh, 23.
I don't know why I fucking roll and roll 20.
LSAO got 16 and I got 26.
Nice. Okay, so
Ooh.
Juno and Aster, you'd be able to put together that the various images that are depicted via carving into all of these sets of doors seems to represent either important or at least fantastic, as in fantasy, not amazing, but events in dwarven history. All of them are intricately embossed with images of dwarf warriors in plate armor, some of which are simply standing next to each other as if they're posing for a painting to be made of them. Some of them like in the midst of a major battle where they are depicted in great detail, striking against some foe. No two images are the same, but there's no mistaking they are incredibly detailed. A lot of care was put into the depictions of these images.
It looks like these are telling a story. Do any of these panels look like the end of a particular event, or like the end of maybe a cohesive history of
Yeah,
The
are these
dwarf-
doors kind of like storybook pages where like you start at a certain point and you can like understand it chronologically, or like where they're leading to?
Make a history check.
oh boy. This is not
I'm
going to end well.
helping you.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, if you're helping, let me roll again. Just to see. Okay, yeah, we'll take that 18.
Okay, 18. Pretty good. So you, Aster, taking maybe a second glance at a series of them and then looking at them in disjointed ways to see if there is any sort of sequence between them. You'd feel confident that that's not really the case. This is more just a sort of dedication to prowess and glory of certain points in dwarves' history. Not necessarily connected in any specific way. They're just meant to be a dedication to the race.
From the vision, the dragon mouth opened up and swallowed me. To me, was that like a full dragon mouth, or did it feel like that was like a carving of a dragon mouth, like a doorway?
You would know. You don't know how you know, but you know that was the dragon Aranax, the very being that was tasked with protecting this place.
Okay. Because like for some reason in my mind that was like, oh, it's the door is gonna be a carved dragon mouth that's gold. And I was like, oh, that's great presentation. I'll look for that. But I'm still gonna look for it, but it might not be right.
Yeah, so no check needed, because spoiler alert, I do like to separate checks for when chance is appropriate from that's like a very specific thing that does have impact on what's going on here. You know for sure there is no depiction of dragons anywhere in this room.
Could I then, knowing the image of the dwarf I saw, attempt to look for him just around the sculpture, see if any of them portray him specifically?
Okay.
From what I remember.
Let's have you make an investigation check. I'm sorry, I totally cut you off. What was that?
No, I'm just acknowledging that'll take time. I'll just slowly walk around with my light looking for the detailing that is that.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Wow. That is something I'm really good at. It's a 5.
Oof. It's hard to tell. As detailed as the carvings are, a lot of the dwarves seem very similar. the most level of difference you're able to see between any two, you might assume would simply be the difference between a male and a female. And both are depicted in several areas.
I'm just gonna like come back and shrug and be like, I don't know. I don't see Mr. Dwarf or his dragon form yet. I don't know what door would be what.
Do we want to try going into the doors above? I can fly up there and extend a rope down. I've only got the ability to do that one more time, though.
I mean, maybe up is more grandiose. Well, is there like a staircase or anything anywhere, or is there absolutely no way up?
I feel like that might be behind one of these doors.
Yeah, because I feel like maybe it's like more grandiose up there. That's where the big door would be, maybe. I don't know. Like at the end.
Is there a way up from down here?
Are the crumbling bridges walkable? Because then there's no reason to climb up.
All of you would have been able to see that there is no obvious way up from this room other than to fly.
I think we're just at a point where we have to choose one. So. Whichever.
I think so too.
Pick a door, any door. Pick a level, any level. Pick a door and a level, any door.
Can we start where we can all reach and just all go for one?
One down here?
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab the group and start approaching. Let's say this one, because there's like 3 of us here. Far
Sure.
top left.
Okay. Let's have a strength check from everyone combined.
Oh boy, okay.
Why am I here?
Wait, I'm missing someone.
Strength?
Oh, that was Sam. Oh, I did not get.
Strength.
I keep forgetting.
Just
to-
strength.
Oh, let's go. Aster's cracked today.
Is it athletics or just strength?
Just a straight up strength check.
Okay, mine's one lower then. I just didn't have a button for it. Oh, yeah, I did.
Well, it's the same anyway.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Even before Jamna joins in the fray, this double door folds open with a oddly subtle stone grinding on stone as 2 doors swing away from you to reveal a second chamber. Let's get rid of this door.
I have to be honest. With the vision, I assumed it would be much simpler a path.
The vision you experience really only took you to the entrance
Yeah.
before
I just
giving you other
assumed
images.
It took me further. I assumed that was just it. It was like a shortcut, but
Okay, so across these 2 walls, the northern depression over here and then farther west, you would see a fresco. It's basically a painting.
Ooh, fancy word, yeah.
It's basically a painting, so not a mosaic, which you had seen earlier, Juno, in the upper level. This is more like a painting that depicts dwarves battling goblins. It's clearly depicting a famous point in history in a conflict between dwarves and goblins. Eliseo, Juno, and Icarus would recognize at first glance that some form of enchantment is pulling at your minds. I'm going to have you make an improvised saving throw. Let's just have you straight up roll a d20.
is it charmed?
Yes, but I'm still going to have you roll an undefined saving roll for reasons.
Because
If it's charmed, we get advantage against it.
Yes, go ahead and use that advantage.
Elven bullshit. Okay. You said
This is-
LSAO as well?
Yes, this is going to be basically a reflexive. It's not going to be dexterity specific. It's just going to be a reflexive opportunity.
I got 11 flat with advantage.
Okay.
Oh my god.
9 for LSAO, and then 19 or 6. 19
Okay.
for Juno.
Juno and Icarus, you know that anyone who takes a glance at this, there is an attempt to become charmed, and you have the opportunity to react for yourselves or for anyone else around you if you would like.
I shield Ulta's eyes by getting in front of her, saying, "Don't look at it!
Quite charming.
What?
Don't look at the fresco.
Oh,
Think of it as a
okay.
fresno. Don't look at it."
Yes, no.
Okay. So I think that covers everybody, as long as nobody looks directly at it. Again, a charming effect will not
Okay.
happen, which you know is definitely in place.
Okay, can we try to like sneak past it then?
Yes, we
Nice.
sneak past the thing.
Some paintings have eyes, sometimes they follow you. I don't know.
Oh, look, stairs.
Ooh.
What do you think there were just stairs past all of them?
Maybe not.
So one note to take for this area is that, very unlike the columns and the bridges in the previous large room, this stairway seems to be in pristine condition, as if untouched. Anything happening while you ascend?
Are there any like of those similar runes or anything like that as we start to walk up, like that we saw in the first chamber?
Nope. It is completely, perfectly smooth and polished.
Oh.
Walls and stairwell all the way up.
Sorry, Ulta. Jumped on top of you there.
It's
Oh,
fine.
no.
Just step over me. It's okay. You guys are much taller, to be fair.
It's LSAO. LSAO is the tallest.
Got some
So
lame legs.
I'm not that tall. I'm only 2 feet taller than you.
Okay, I'm scooting you guys over.
Help, it's dark.
Green is black.
Ah. Oh, there we are.
Who turned out the lights? I'm falling.
What happened to... Oh, here we are. Hello? Player
Hello?
view?
Hello?
I see it now.
That reminded me of the vine of the
Okay.
girl who gets water poured on her face.
Oh my god. Hello?
Here we are.
So
All right.
good.
Stream view achieved.
Oi.
There we are. Okay.
Big
So,
league.
Icarus, coming into this area, you would see... Loading. Okay, this hallway is now 20 feet tall, floor to ceiling, and about 20 feet wide from where you're standing to the edge in front of you to the east. The pillars running the length of the hall are carved to resemble warhammers. This is the area that Juno had seen before. On the western wall, you can see this intricate mosaic of depiction of dwarves forging other dwarves out of precious stones and gems, with a cracked area over here to the southern edge.
Now that everyone's up here, can I examine that cracked area?
Absolutely.
Now that I feel safer? Like, what appears to be missing here? Also, does it look like someone did damage to this spot, or is it just decay?
Make an investigation check, please.
Sure. I make those with advantage.
Oh.
Nice part is too, it's just a flat roll. 18 or 2. 18, please.
18. Okay. In one fell swoop, you'll notice a couple of things. First of all, you were first intending to check this out, but out of the corner of your eye to the far southwestern corner of this hallway, you'd actually notice a small change in the shade of the fine stone that makes up this wall. There seems to be a secret door at the end. However, as you revert your attention back to this area, a black ooze starts to emerge from this cracked area and tries to lash out at you. And we're going to need to roll initiative.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't say anything, but I knew it was coming. It hurt me.
Help.
Oh no! 5.
Your initiative plus 6 is 8. Your initiative plus 3 is 6.
Oh no!
Get fucked.
Why are we all rolling so?
I could have given someone the gift of alacrity. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
nope. Oh my god.
I don't know how to play wizards. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's 14.
only
Icarus,
Mine's 14.
you have 14 with a plus 5. Ulta has a plus 3. Okay.
Barnes.
All right, Icarus, you see this. Oh, let's show it to you. This nasty ooze coming out of the wall. You have the first turn.
Is it right here? Right.
It's right here. Yep, that
Yeah,
thing.
that one.
I just can't see it through this pillar. Okay, so
Oh,
I'm
no.
Oh, okay.
move up. Oh,
Ah,
Oh, hello, Puddin'.
that's
Black
not
pudding.
No,
that's not the kind of pudding you
play with not
want
to
to
eat.
I want to play with hot dingy.
Okay, I'm gonna go right here. I go, that's my sister! Put her down! And I'm just gonna pull out my weapon and I am going to see how bad do I wanna beat this pudding? Drawing back my arrow, I am going to cast a 2nd level Witch Bolt, which I'm just gonna shoot like golden lightning from my bow. And that will be a 13 to hit.
It does connect.
Oh, thank goodness. That was a little with them. Okay. And then
All that damage, yes!
11 lightning damage.
Woo! All right.
And then as I pull back my bow, you see, or as I pull back the string again, like just in like pure, like kind of like panic, you see that the lightning actually clings to it and keeps shocking around it. I said gold lightning. Lightning's already gold.
You'll see that the lightning clings to it for just a second and then completely dissipates.
Wait,
It is
that's
clear that it would have had no effect.
Oh, no.
Chrissy knows that I think these things have like a handful of different immunities, but Ulta has no idea, so that's okay.
Yep, I dislike this greatly.
I just thought it would do more damage than an arrow. Fudge.
Anything else for your turn?
I'm going to give one bardic inspiration to my sister. I'll be like, watch out.
All right, if that's the case, then Ulta, you are up.
Yeah, she's going to be a little bit bummed and make her 2 attacks. She's going to attempt with a short sword first, and then a crossbow, utilizing her crossbow expert feat.
Okay.
And I feel like Chrissy knows that some of either the piercing or the slashing is pointless, but I can't remember which is which, and it doesn't really matter, I guess. So the short sword was a 20 to hit, the crossbow was an 8 to hit, and I'm sure the one that actually hits is the one that it has immunities against, so that's spectacular. I don't really know.
Your short sword will meet basically a brick wall.
Yeah. Okay.
But
so
your
it's
crossbow will take effect.
slashing. Oh.
And an
alright.
8 will still hit.
Okay, sweet. We'll do 7 piercing.
What is this thing?
It's pudding.
I've put these in so many games, and then when I come across them again, I'm like, I hate these.
What's wrong?
So my bonus action was my crossbow attack. So my second action, I'm not even gonna bother with it because the short sword's not gonna do anything. So that's it. The end.
Okay. That brings us to Jamna, who has observed the things that have happened so far and will quickly hop. Oh, she would have been here-ish at this point. Quickly hop over to, like, no, not getting bigger. Right next to Eliseo, and still kind of hidden on the pillar with just barely enough point of view to make a couple of crossbow attacks. Oh yeah, with plenty to hit on both for a pretty significant amount of damage. You'd all be able to see easily enough that her crossbow attacks take significant effect. And we end up here and at Eliseo's turn.
Eliseo is going to. What does this spell work? Pick up a piece of shrapnel from the floor and cast catapult on it.
Oh yeah.
Just gonna fucking yeet. Straight line up to 90 feet in the direction you choose before stopping. So getting into a position where kind of like scooting around the side of this pillar here and just shooting at it. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. As they cast this spell, they would notice a sort of blip. As if a magical effect identical to something they can do with messing with time and an interruption to other creatures' magic occurs. But it releases itself. And the end effect is able to occur. So you said dex save will happen. It's bad at these. 6.
Excellent. So 3d8 damage.
Of what type?
It is. Let me pull it back up. Sorry, I went to Juno sheets because I am silly. 3d8 bludgeoning.
Okay.
This is why we don't roll. 7 points of damage.
Garbage. Roll 20s.
Bludgeoning.
Trash.
Roll 20's having a day.
Roll 20 wants to fucking fight.
All right.
This
Anything
is
else?
my petition for Foundry. You heard it here first.
Let me just check their bonus action. Nope, that's all they are going to do. And then like kind of hide behind that column.
Okay. Then we are off to this oozy thing.
No.
Imagine it getting a turn. I
Uh-huh.
like that.
It's actually going to kind of like scurry and fold over itself up the wall.
No.
So it's about 10 feet off the ground and clinging to this wall, and is going to, like a blob is going to lash out at Juno.
Yes, pull me to you. I am a melee fighter.
With a 19 to hit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll hit. Yep.
Okay. It's going to be 5 bludgeoning damage.
Fucking sick. Ouch.
Plus 16 acid damage. And what kind of armor are you wearing?
I am wearing leather armor. Light leather armor.
Okay. The benefit that the armor provides you reduces it AC by 1.
Fucking cool.
Your armor starts to sort of dissolve as this acidic ooze slashes you or pounds against you. That's it for that. We're off to speak of Juno.
Upon taking, am I closer to it right now, or am I still on the ground?
You
Like, did it pull me
are-
in, or?
Oh no, it didn't pull you in. It's 10 feet off the ground.
Come back here. Actually, yeah, she's going to scream, come back here. And for the first time, she's going to reach out with her tattooed arm in an attempt to pull it down towards her, casting.
That's the
Where did I put it?
spell.
Notes. Lightning lure.
Nice.
In an attempt to pull it toward me. But the target must succeed on a strength saving throw.
I forgot we got special tattoos from those. Or special spells. I think I remember them though.
You would see that with absolutely 0 effort, nothing happens.
Fuck.
I hate this guy.
Can I move away from it?
You can.
Is
It doesn't
gonna
have
attack
it.
me
It
if I
doesn't have
do?
you like grappled in any way, if that's what you mean.
Okay. I just don't know if that would be moving outside of its range and I'd get an attack of opportunity.
It may. It may not. You don't know what kind of reach it might have.
Fucking bye.
Okay. It's gonna like burble for a second, but doesn't attack you.
Bonus action cry. And that's my turn.
Okay. That'll take us up to Icarus.
Alright.
Wait, didn't he already go? What about? I haven't gone yet.
Oh my god, I don't have Aster.
Oh no!
I'm terrible. What did you roll for initiative?
I rolled a 5.
Oh, okay. It's
Oh, I
Aster's
think I would
turn.
have been there anyway.
No, my bad.
I was like,
Your
hold
name
on.
is right here, and I don't have your initiative roll next to it. Sorry.
Fine. You're
Jamna
fine.
went, right?
Yes.
She did. She did.
You shot it.
Okay. Well, yeah, Aster is like a little bit panicky right now because she's saying that this like large ooze just like spouted out of the wall and did like a bunch of damage to her friends, and there's things that aren't working. Like she just starts like panic a little bit and is going to scorching ray at this thing.
Okay.
So that is 3 rays, so 3 spell attacks. We'll just do the spell attacks bit by bit, and then I'll just roll the damage. Ooh, 23, damn. Okay, so I think all 3 of those hit.
3 hits. Yep.
Okay, and each of those are 2d6, so let me just roll 6d6. Alright, that is 20 fire damage.
Oh boy.
As, yeah, like, hands shaking a little bit, just trying to, like, burn this thing to the ground.
Okay, you'd be able to tell that this definitely connects and makes significant effect against this ooze.
Cool. Alright, well, that's all she can do.
Okay. All right, then we are actually back up to Icarus.
So significant effect like fire was better? Or-
It had better effect than some of the things that had no effect at all.
Okay. So I'm going to then take my bonus action, and then instead of Bardic Inspiration, I'm going to use my Mantle of Inspiration. And so I will, so like glowing on me, there will be like a bit of shimmering magic, and it'll be like literally like shoulder plates or like a little bit of like armor. And then also it will be for Ulta and Juno and Eliseo, because I cannot currently see Aster technically. And that's 5 temporary hit points, and you can use your reaction throughout the next turn to move full distance with no opportunity attacks.
Ooh.
So that is my bonus action. So, and then my action will be, let me just mark my temp HP. And then for my action, I'm just going to take 1 pot shot at it. So,
Ooh, crit.
a 30
Oh,
hit.
crit hit. Okay. As a reminder, because this hasn't happened in a while. For crits, I do max damage plus the damage you roll. For the damage you roll, we do not add the modifier.
So I'm going to do it with actual dice, or I'm going to do it with the normal to just do that. So it is 8 plus 11 is 19 piercing damage.
It should be a lot more than that. Oh, wait, no. Nope.
Because it's 1d8, so that's 8 plus 11.
We're adding... Oh, I guess it doesn't matter what we add the modifier to. It doesn't change. So, yep, you're correct. So,
It's just
19.
the die plus whatever I rolled plus the fuck.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Okay. Got it. It definitely connects, and it definitely takes the expected effect.
And I'm just going to say out loud, I am essentially out of good ideas, though, now. Like, I have nothing else unique to do to this thing.
Okay. That will take us to Ulta.
Yee. She's going to look up, shout. Looks like slashing doesn't do much, so maybe set it on fire or shoot it with an arrow.
Heck yeah.
And she'll take her 2 attacks, but she's going to utilize only her crossbow.
Okay.
Oh, did I click that twice? I did.
You did, and both will hit.
And she will as a bonus action. Well, no, we're not going to do that. she's going to take her two attacks, and then she'll utilize the extra d6 for the piercing damage on one of the attacks from
Okay.
her swarm. Her tiny little, her kingfishers are pissed.
Nice.
And then one a d6.
Oh,
Mother.
Oh my
20.
god.
roll 20.
Somebody get Foundry in here.
Okay.
Boundaries enter the
With those
chat.
real dice,
I at
this
least
is
have one
cursed.
14, it's all piercing damage.
Regardless, the misery ends. With your final blow, the ooze seems to basically freeze on itself slowly from the entry point of the second arrow outward until it just becomes a solid block of tar and is sticking out of the wall at the point that it stopped moving. As much as I would love to keep going tonight, that is probably the best point that we should take to call it a night until next time. So
Fuck that blob.
we will we will pick up with the whatever aftermath you guys decide to have occur from this little encounter inside the Dragon Vault. So we'll go around the table one more time real quick. Introduce ourselves, introduce your characters, and anything that you want to talk about that you've got going on in and around the TTRPG atmosphere, and then we'll be out of here.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's me, Sir Heckalot. You can find me on all the social medias at Sir Heckalot. Twitch, Itch, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And our Discord that you should definitely join. Tonight, I played Aster, the Shifter Circle of Wildfire Druid. In terms of where you can see me in the TTRPG space, it's mostly every other Tuesday and Thursday for our module weeks over here at TPK. As well as every other Saturday still over at Neon Lights Roleplay for Seven Suns. But that's going to wrap up really soon. Like, we only have about 2 more sessions, so you won't want to miss it. We also have a bunch of other stuff coming up, so very, very excited about it. And I think that is it. Yeah, moving on over to Hyacinth.
Real quick before Hyacinth goes, sorry. Nif is expecting, they have communicated with us that they are expecting to be back with us in 2 weeks from today for our next episode of this. So I wanted to make sure we didn't skip them. It will be great to have them back for sure.
Please,
and
we miss you.
we absolutely miss you, and definitely looking forward to having them back.
I'm a bad wizard. Please help.
We do have to remember to have that. I actually already sent that message, but they do need to do a true level up from their current state before that session, and then everything going according to plan, they should be back. I'm gonna step away for 2 seconds, but Hyacinth, go ahead and keep going.
Baya, I'm Hyacinth, and I was playing Icarus, our elven bardlock, Captain Chaos, ruler of Mess Things Up, oh yeah, I just alternate here every week. I'm either Wednesday or Thursday. So my Wednesday one is Henshin a Go-Go, which is our new Power Ranger stream, which it has been it's escalated very quickly, been like a blast. We got some new unlocks. In 2 sessions, I got my suit, my weapon, and my magic ability. So I just was thrown right into it. I'm like, what is happening? But it's so fun. So alternating between the 2 of these is always a blast. And yeah, next is Corndog.
It's me, Corndog McGraw. You saw me playing Juno, the Twilight Cleric. I also attempted to play a wizard, but I don't know how. I don't play wizards ever. It's one of 2 classes I've never played. So I'm excited for Niffer's return. But you can catch me here on Sunday for the season finale of Blood and Grit in the morning, where I play a handsome barrel-chested man who's just here to save his town resurrection. And then in the evening, you can come to the series premiere. It's a mini series, so not a big commitment, but something I'm very excited about. In case you don't know, I have a Lord of the Rings tattoo. It's there. You've seen a lot of my leg now. Also, sexy Gandalf. But we are playing a Lord of the Rings campaign here starting Sunday. And I'm going to have, if you've been on the internets, you might have seen my eyebrow preview. I'm gonna shape those a little bit, but gonna see me looking some type of way come Sunday. So please come hang out. I'm so excited. I've been freaking out ever since I accidentally spotted it on the calendar months ago and went, "What the fuck is this?"
Right.
And I got invited. So
Awesome. Not excited
check the
at all.
schedule. No, not hyped in the slightest. I haven't watched every Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, or anything in the past 2 weeks. And I'll
was
pass
my
it over, or I guess I'll kind of pass it over to Chrissy by saying in a week and a half, so not this coming Monday, but the Monday after Thanksgiving. So that's the 29th of November. You can find us here bringing back a little sprinkling of Sherlock investigations where I play a sexy, sexy bard. And I'll pass it to Chrissy.
Hey guys, my name's Chrissy. I played Ulta, our Kobold Swarmkeeper Ranger. You can find me here every other week during Module Week, and on the third Monday of every month. So we have Oath Sworn.
Oh, it's warm.
Oh, it's warm. Oh, it's warm.
I'm sorry.
I'm the worst at saying it, so I have to really enunciate it. And then obviously this campaign here, Tyranny of Dragons, Queen's Gambit. And then on that third Monday is Madness Calls It Forth. It is a City of Mist RPG, and if you're not following it, I cannot stress enough that Proper is putting so much time and effort into it. And there are literally hints and websites and telephone numbers for you to call and all sorts of things. So if you're not following it, definitely check it out. It's pretty amazing. And yeah, we have Sherlock Investigations coming up. We also have, just a ton of stuff. So, please stick around. I will also
Their schedule.
very quickly speak for myself as well as Niffer, because I know if they were here, they would say the same thing. We are both Jasper's Game Day ambassadors. It's a very important cause working towards education and prevention of suicide and suicide awareness. So if you are interested in that, feel free to check out the Jasper's website. They could use all the help they can get. And if you have any questions, you can always message either of us, I believe. Niffer not so much right now because they're obviously MIA and they need their space and time. But if you need anything from me, you could do that to me until Niffer can agree to the same things. I'm not going to put that on them when they cannot agree. So if you need anything, you can message me about Jaspers. And until then, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right, and I am Dad Magic Juice. I am the shepherd of this lovely clouder. We'll be back right here, continuing within the Vault of Dragons in 2 weeks from today. I do also have one other conclusion to a special project the day before that, right here on TPK Roleplay, titled Insurgents in the Ranks. And if you didn't see yesterday's show, you'll definitely want to check it out when it goes out onto the YouTube. The big reveal at the end was that it is a now combined group with what was 2 weeks ago, Sentient, that Sarah X Franco was heading off with another group of folks. So we're going to have one big conglomerate happening 2 weeks Wednesday in the future. And then on my own channel, I run one other campaign that is also D&D 5th edition called Tenements of the Great Rift. That's normally every other Sunday, but it will actually be the Monday before these two big things happening. On my own channel, it's exactly as you see it in the chat right now. So that's going to be a busy week. But I think that pretty much wraps us up for today. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Really appreciate the raids. And speaking of, we will be doing a raid of our own as we're on our way out. So if you're here for more TTRPG content, we're definitely going to make that happen. Hope to see you all soon.